we? Yeah, we are. We're on. Okay, cool. Hi, Mord. Hi, Wipeout. How are you guys doing? Think the chat's working. Hold on. Hey, Brian. How are you guys doing? I think we might not have Facebook on chat again. Let me do like a quick reset of this to test it. Otherwise I'll have to just like have Facebook out of the corner of my eye again. But I mean, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We already have a comment. Hi, Miguel. Hi. Sorry, if you're on Facebook, just give me a second. I might have to like restream again. All right, give me like 2 seconds. I won't be replying to anything you say from here on, and then I'll tell you when I have it open again. Sorry, my bad, guys. Come on. Come on. Ah, doesn't look like it's connecting. Oh well. Okay, I'll have Facebook out of the side of my eye again. So if you're on Facebook, I'm sorry if I miss your comments. If you want to make sure that you get your comments seen, you can either go onto YouTube or you can go onto the Pixologic channel on Twitch. I'm gonna try to get everybody's. Hold on, let's see if I can get. Let's see. You can either go onto YouTube. Ooh, don't want to hear myself. No, stop that. Okay. Hi, hello, Miguel. Hello, Daniel. The symmetry is off. Start again. I know. You're above ground today, not pushing Daisy. Well, that's good. That's good. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Good to hear. Hi, Anderson. Okay. So if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Ashley Adams, and I'm a character and creature concept artist, and just character artist in general. I basically take a sphere like you see on the screen right here, and I mash it around into like a whole bunch of random shapes and stuff, and just try to find like a design of some kind from said randomness. So some days are better than others, some days I get further than others, but this is more or less just like an exercise, just something fun to do. It's like sandbox sculpting in a sense. It's essentially the same as if you were to like pick up your your sketchbook and you just start doing something in your sketchbook. It's kind of the same thing. We like to see where things go. This isn't like a reference heavy stream or even just a reference stream in general. It's just sort of like we are grabbing from our imaginations and seeing what happens with it. Of course, if you want, like, this is a disclaimer to everybody who is thinking, hey, I can be a concept artist without having to do all of this reference. Like, that's not true. Like, you still have to do lots of reference work if you're going to do something professional, if you're going to do a final piece, if you even want to improve on your overall artistic knowledge, you're going to need to use reference. This is just for fun. This isn't something that you can use as a final piece for print. You cannot use this as a final piece for games or film or anything like that. This is strictly conceptual in the roughest stages possible. So it's one of those things where I'm just going to show you guys how to have fun with the program and explore and, just do that. Oh, is everything blurry on your end, Evan? That might be a settings. So if you're on Facebook, you can click the gear icon and it can go up to HD for you. If you can't get into HD mode though, that might be because of your internet, unfortunately. If you want to try, you can come onto Twitch or YouTube to get like a better quality thing. I'd recommend Twitch because you don't have like that crazy delay, but that's up to you. Hi Attila, how are you? You're not worried about pushing daisies, you're worried about them pushing back. Ooh, that's a horror right there. Speaking of horror, has anybody been watching the series on Netflix called The Haunting of Hill House? Dude, that like I finished it the other day. I was like, oh, this is so cool. So cool. Okay, let's see how I can try and get Facebook chat to work. Hold on. Give me a second. I want to see if I can get this a little more accessible. Because right now, boy, oh boy, I can barely see Facebook chat, so I apologize. Alright. I guess this'll do. That'll do. Alright. Hey Mario, how are you? Hill House! Okay, Spot the Ghost. Yeah, they had so many. So if you're watching it right now, they had so many like creepy little ghosts and stuff like that just like scattered throughout the entire show. And I realized like afterwards how many I actually missed, because like I was like hyper vigilant for about like half of the series, because then it starts to like change. I'm not going to spoil anything, but like the first half of the series, I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, like I gotta be looking. And I was like jumping at everything that I thought was like scary. The first one that I noticed was the lamp. I was screaming like, that's not a lamp. I was with my boyfriend at the time, and he was like, that's just a lamp. What are you freaking out about? And then the lamp moved. It's just like stuff like that, right? Where they hide it in plain sight. Hey Mario. Hey George, is it a documentary? No, it's definitely not a documentary. Hey Anthony, making spoilers of it. No, I'm not gonna make spoilers out of it. No spoilers. All right, so let's get started. One thing before I get started, actually. So if you're wanting to like follow along or anything like that, feel free to. Pixelogic is offering a 45-day free trial of the ZBrush version that I am using right now, and all of the Pixelogic streamers use. So if you're interested in that, you can go onto their site and figure that out for a download for yourself. If you want to do that, that's cool. If not, if you want to just chill, that's fine. This is gonna be a 4-hour session. I don't mind if you ditch. I understand. I don't know if I could stand a 4-hour session. I could barely handle myself for the 4 hours, let alone all my entire life. So I get it. You do you. But if you're gonna stick around, what I'm about to do is I'm gonna do a lot of geo stretching. Don't you dare get on my butt for all the stretch geo, because that's actually how I like to sculpt these kinds of quick things. I used the stretch geo as a sort of help towards detailing things and figuring out what it is that I'm doing. So don't worry about the stretch geo that's about to happen. That's all I have to say. Because, oh my god, Porta, I plead the fifth on that one. Jeez, what the heck. Alright, so I like to just kind of like randomly push around a whole bunch of things, see where it ends up going. This one looks like it could be like a bit of like a head shape here. Fill this in. Again, I like to use backface masking when I'm working with clay buildup a lot of the times, because then we're not gonna get the problems with well, let me demonstrate really quick. Here's a learning moment. So something like this. Do you guys ever use backface masking, or not use backface masking, use clay buildup, and you're doing it like this, and then this happens where it starts to pull from the other side? Well, backface masking, magic, makes it so that doesn't happen. You know why? Because it's masking the back face of what you're working on. So that's actually pretty awesome. Then you don't have to worry about any of that. Where you can find that, you won't be able to see it in mine because my chat is blocking the screen. Probably, most likely, I can't see it right now because I've got 800,000 screens up on my one screen. But if you go into your brush menu, down into your auto masking menu, you will find the little box that says backface masking, and you can trigger that for specific brushes. So this does not apply to every single brush. It is brush specific. So if you put it on your clay buildup, it'll only be on your clay buildup. You'll have to reactivate it again if you want it on your Damien standard, etc., etc. If you have backface masking on, also do keep in mind that you cannot use Sculptris Pro while using backface masking. It's just not a thing that you can do. And that's all. That is all. Sorry, yeah, no, I keep forgetting, like, I gotta slow down how I talk. The last few streams was pretty, like, chilled out. I'll try and slow down the way that I talk. My bad. I don't mean to be a spaz. I don't even have as much information to share as somebody like PavMike either. I would just be, like, talking about, like, random stuff. So it's not really, like, something that I think I'm gonna be doing. So something like this, I would activate Sculptris Pro mode, and the reason for that is because I don't feel like Dynameshing just about yet. So I just like add Geo here, and then I would probably just deactivate it again, and then continue sculpting and pulling and pushing after I take this entire thing and go whoosh. Reason I do that is so that my dynamic brush is working. Ooh, actually, let's give him like a puff neck up here. I don't really know what this is. We'll figure it out. We'll pull that down. Yeah, what we're trying to do is like really like play with the shapes. Make some like really like crazy looking things, and then go from there. Not worrying at all about like you know, anatomy being correct or anything, because right now at this point we don't even really know what this thing is. We just know that we're enjoying the shapes that we're making, and so like it's really important that when you're doing stuff like this, you're not putting like a ton of pressure on yourself to have like correct anatomy or anything like that. You're literally just supposed to be looking at, well, when you're doing it like this anyways, you're just like, you should just be looking at shapes only, because if you start thinking about anatomy, then you're pushing yourself into, you're already like putting yourself into some kind of a hole, you know, a box rather. So once you figure out what it is that you're kind of like going for, then you start like adding in anatomy afterwards. Hey Hippie, how are you doing? Ashburger, oh my god, what? Yeah, fun fact, my dad, when I was like 4 or something like that, used to call me burgers. I don't know why. It was just a thing. But that used to be like my kid nickname, one of them, burgers. Hey now, Michael. I know that's a compliment, but you know, spazzes can also be wonderful. They're not exclusive to one another. Also, hello, Oscar. Colleges tell you to slow down all the time. Oh man, that used to be a problem of mine when I like used to present. Like I would be presenting at home like when nobody else is watching or whatever, because like I think part of this is like the reason why I talk so fast is because I have a little bit of like an anxiety. But when I'm like at home like by myself or whatever, then I just kind of like, I'm a lot slower when I'm talking. So like when I was in college and I used to like present at home just to make sure that like my time was right, because it would be like, oh, you need to do a 15-minute presentation or a 20-minute presentation or whatever, right? And so then I would be doing it and it would hit the 15-minute mark or a little bit over or whatever it was, and then I'd get up there and it'd be like 10 minutes or something, and then like I get marks docked off of me because I would go, you know, like just like zooming through it and like, damn it. Yeah. How you doing, Eric? I know how you're doing already, it's fine. Hey, other Ashley. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, we are Legion. I like to say that. It's because we have such a common name that we're just Legion. We all are hooked to one of the hive minds. And hey, Milo, how are you? When would you use Sculptris instead of Dynamesh? What's the hassle with Dynamesh having to alt-click? Okay, so the reason why, like I said earlier, the reason why I would use Sculptris is to add geometry into certain areas, like how you saw me like pull it out over there. Hold on, let me like quickly like save this really quick. Let me save this really quick. Where is my okay. Scope 64. Okay. Done. Boom. Trust me, guys, like, I can't go this fast for the entire 4 hours. I will probably crash pretty soon. Hey, Julio, how you doing? You ever question why dads do things? Like, every day. It's like every single waking second, I'm just like, why do dads do that? Why am I the way that I am? Is it my father's fault? No. Okay, so Sculptris. So like I said, if we go all the way back here, okay, so right here, so I haven't been using anything, and then once we get to this area, that's when I turn on Sculptris, right? And so in right here is like, I have it turned off again. I literally just added a bunch of geo into this area so that I could keep pushing and pulling and stuff like that. When I use Dynamesh is once I have all of my forms set in place, because then I can take this stretching and it can become a sort of, it becomes sort of a basis for like detailing and storytelling for the sculpture. That might not make any sense right now, but once this Dynameshes, basically it'll retain this shape, but a lot more geo will come from it. So essentially you're gonna get a lot of like areas where all of this stretching can actually become like skin folds and things like that. Hey Darius, hold on, I just realized my mic is not in my face, which might actually be a good thing because I'm being so like obnoxious tonight. Hold on, let's try and there we go. You sculpt, you always think of anatomy, how muscles will work on creatures and stuff like that, but I think everyone has their own way. Well, Badge, the thing is, like, if you already have something in mind, then that's perfect, right? Like, but if you don't have anything in mind, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't have anything in mind, then thinking about anatomy and things like that could potentially muddy the process for you. And I know that's like kind of like weirdly backwards from a lot of like things that maybe your professors or your teachers or whatever have been telling you. But the thing is, if you think about working in layers, and I don't mean like, you know, like ZBrush layers over here or whatever, like that's not what I mean, but I mean, good, yeah, you could work with that too, but I was just saying working in thought process layers, right? So what's the most important thing when you as a viewer are looking at something on the screen? It's the silhouette, right? Like the immediate read of the creature or the character. So when you're looking for that immediate read, what overall are you looking for? It is the primary shapes and the secondary shapes that are defining that silhouette, like the overall thing. Yes, anatomy comes into play with that, but the overall shape needs to be cool. It needs to be eye-catching. It needs to be like, oh, that's what that is, right? So when it comes to your thought process, for me, and I'm sure like if you're struggling with, you know, being creative and things like that, maybe break it down into the simplest forms and think about layers. So you think about working in layers, which I mean, you would start like I am right now, just blocking out shapes. Don't muddy your thoughts with like, oh, how is this gonna function? How is this going to, you know, where are the muscles gonna be on this or whatever? Like, yes, those are important, but I find in a creative block, I guess, in like a creative situation where you're just not able to figure out how to navigate that, it's best to just kind of like break it down into steps and just think about shape first and then functionality you put on top of it afterwards. That's been successful for me anyways, because then I can have as much fun with it as possible and I don't have to stress about things being inaccurate or other people, you know, getting on me in midway through my creative process or whatever. Because as welcoming as I am to critique, it's like I'm sure a lot of other people also are in this boat that once you're starting something and you don't really know what you're doing, you're just having fun and somebody's like on top of you being like, oh, that bicep kid doesn't go there or whatever, you know, like that just ends up like, you just kind of feel like, oh, like I wasn't even at that part, like that's not even what I was doing. But if you're working in layers like this, then it's sort of like, yeah, no, like I'm not at that right now, you know, like you can, it's just sort of one of those things that helps with that as well, I find. But yeah, everybody is different, everybody's gonna work differently, and it also really does come down to do you have an idea in your head about what you're gonna do? Because if I had an idea in my head, like, oh, I want to make a dragon. That's how I came into this. And I was like, I'm going to make a dragon. Then, of course, I would be thinking about anatomy right off the bat. You know, like I would have that in the back of my head. But if I don't know what it is that I'm doing, then I like to just kind of strip it all down, and I'm just like, shapes. And then I put it on top of that. Yeah, don't use a mouse, man. That's insane. I propose that when Ash is speaking too fast, we type like this. Oh my god. Okay, again, I'm sorry. That's great, George. Yeah, I'm trying to be as articulate as possible. Like, I know that sometimes I can start slurring my words and things, and I apologize for that, but you can't be a part of the Ashley Legion, you're a part of the Eric Legion. You need to practice to talking to a metronome to get the rhythm. Oh my gosh. Just try to catch up right now on all of the stuff that was coming in. General theme, we never really have a general theme. Like, I don't know, like, I never really, like I said, like, I never really know what it is until later. Hey, Insane, how are you doing? How can a screen be real if pixels aren't? But no, but pixels are real. They're literally what makes up your screen. Ah! What's your opinion on a Hector's way to start with bone structure, then muscles, then skin? You personally find it helps you flesh out the idea, but everyone's different. Yeah, again, like, the way that you're gonna process information is going to be different from the next person, right? Like, the thing is, when it comes to art and following other artists, like, you know, people on the Pixelogic channel, for example, like, maybe my method and approach is not appropriate for you. Like, maybe it doesn't work, maybe it's not your technique of learning, like, maybe this is not something that clicks with you, and that is fine. Like, it's so fine, because everybody's brain works differently. But you're gonna find that certain artists, you're gonna understand it a little bit more, and it'll be like, oh yeah, that is how I think, that is definitely how I want to work. And you'll be able to make your own workflow. Always make your own workflow after trying out a whole bunch of different things. Never, like, look at one artist and be like, I'm gonna take exactly what that person is doing and do exactly that. Because yes, you're gonna be able to do that, but it might not be great for you in the long run, right? Like, maybe you'll learn a lot of stuff, but you should take that and morph it into something that works for you. With that being said, you should definitely follow the Pixelogic channel so you can catch a whole lot of other artists, not just myself, that go through a lot of other different processes in terms of getting to a final destination with these. Yeah. Hi, Steven. You want to make a moth? Then make a moth. Trace any anatomy is valid. Yes and no. You still want to make it grounded, unless you're literally starting your story with, like, oh, this dragon is like interdimensional space dragon, and it like, and your story starts off with, like, the movie starts off with, like, nothing that applies in real life applies to this land. Then it's like, yeah, no, go for it. Whatever you want. The dragon can literally be a blob and it'll be fine. You know, it could be a tesseract. It'll be fine. But the thing is, like, even if it's, like, you know, in another world, maybe it's not this world, but it's another world, it's like, our brains understand physics the way that we have experienced them. So in that sense, you want an animal anatomy that can support itself in gravity and you know, things like that, like, where it's believable in a sense. You know, you don't want, like, there's got to be an explanation. Like, so if the design itself, maybe the dragon doesn't have wings, but it can still fly, it's like, maybe there's an explanation to that, right? Like, oh, it's you know, it's an ancient, like our Chinese dragons, for example, like, they can still fly, but they don't have wings, right? But it's like, there's an explanation for that kind of a thing. It's like, that is the mystic part of that creature. So it's just, you know, things of that, you know, you just have to have an explanation of some kind. Holy crap, Snowpiercer. Oh my god. Ew, that's creepy. Oh, ew, what? Oh man, I'm still catching up. Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly. Yeah, Shane is very meticulous. Like he's very like he has a process, right? Like whereas I like to just call myself a spaz. I'm a spaz. Like I'm a total spaz. I'm the type of person that literally would throw paint at a canvas and figure something out, right? Like I'm a spaz. And other people have like a clear cut, like this is how I'm gonna do it, and it works really well for them every single time, and that is amazing. And Shane can help you with that. For example, like Shane is really really good at breaking down shapes into like, you know, like the main forms, and then he gets in with like secondary forms, but he knows exactly where to put those things, and he works not in a messy way like I do. He's very clean about what he does. So that's also something that you might want to check out if what I'm doing is like, oh, ew, what do you do? You stretched you? Like how can you manage that? But if you're a spaz like me, then you're in the right place. Oh my gosh, my dad is watching again. Hey dad. Creature feature. How are you, Robert? Do you mean a dragon from a parallel universe? Dimension is not a parallel world. No, I mean like an interdimensional creature. I don't know. Like I was just making some stupid, I don't know, whatever. You can pick apart exactly what I said. That's fine. Go ahead. Be like, see, your words don't even have science applied to them. That's fine. I wasn't making that point. Oh my gosh. Love you too, Dad. Yay. Alright, so let's see here. We can... I kind of want to bring this thing's neck. Make it a little bit extreme. What's going on? There we go. This is kind of giving me Halo Prophet vibes. Those things that had like the testicle chins. I hated those so much. Oh my god. Pennywise. No, let's not. Let's not. I don't want to make Pennywise. Unless you're talking about me, because I'm a clown. I'm a fool. I mean, at this point, like, I don't even feel like Pennywise is like a clown, though. He's just in a clown outfit. He's not. There's nothing like funny about him. He's just a psychopath. Okay, I am going to make this. Okay, definitely need a little more geo in this area. So this is where I would turn on, well, I did turn on Sculptris just to do a little pull, and then I turn it off again. Interesting. Okay, let's do a mirror and weld. So that, ooh, no, let's mirror it the other way. Go. Definitely gotta play with proportions here as well. Okay, I'm gonna get this guy's head just be a little bigger. Yep. Interdimensional monsters, and that's the first one you thought of. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I know that theory. I totally know that theory. Okay, I understand what you're talking about, Evan. Sorry, I just got I got kind of confused as to why Pennywise was coming up. Now it makes a lot more sense. Would I one day finish one of these models to game or movie ready? What do you mean, on stream? On stream? I mean, like, maybe, but I would probably choose something like a lot more simple, so it wouldn't be like a multi-month project, because the thing is, the reason why I like doing just the sculpts is because it isn't a multi-month project, whereas like if I were to decide I were gonna take something like last week's stream thing and make it final with like textures and everything, like that's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get something like that final. So yeah, maybe. Also, do you guys even hear the music? Because this is it's pretty quiet. There we go. It's a little louder. If you want it louder, then you can tell me. I don't know if you want it louder, if you're happy listening to your own stuff. No music! Okay. So it's really, really quiet then for you guys. Now you hear it. Only kinda sorta. Now you hear it. Only kinda sorta. Hey Cody, good to see you. Counterpart to the scary clown, like a xenomorph cracking Seinfeld jokes. Ew, that would be... I mean, like... Actually, like, I wouldn't find that... I feel like that's a YouTube video. Like, I feel like they've done that. Hey, drummer, how are you doing? Need a movie where it's a xenomorph running away from a mime? I mean, if you... like, I feel like, again, like, that's probably a YouTube video. ZBrush your hula hoops. Back in my day, you had box smuggling. Oh my god. Crying yourself to sleep at crunch time. That still happens. Do I make super buff muscle characters? I have. I indeed have. Actually, I'm not even gonna bother pulling that out. I'll just grab cylinder. And I have freedom to completely mess it up if I want to. It's almost like it's eternally crucifixed. It's just born crucifixed. What a horrible life. What a horrible life. That's okay, because it looks cool. You died terribly for your sins. No, I think I'm gonna have to Dynamesh this one. Probably. Hey Joey, how are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing great. How have we only been live for 40 minutes? Oh my lord. This is gonna be a long stream. I'm already hot. I'm already sweating. Hi Rodeska, how are you doing? The way my mind works freaks me out. Sorry. Freaks me out too, trust me. I need to make some JoJo characters. Yo, what do you mean JoJo characters? Starving to death, look at the abs. He is starving. He's been on this, like, he's been on his own crucifix since he was born free hungry. You got a new ongoing contract for music! Congrats, drummer! Awesome! Good for you. That's gotta feel pretty damn good. Wait, what? Parasaurolophus mantis? What are you talking about? What is that? What is that? Oh, you mean like the top bit looks like... Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Does look kind of creepy. Oh, thanks, Oscar. How are you doing? Hey, Anil, how are you? I did. I just looked it up. It's the dinosaur that's got the crest thing, right? I'm sorry, I'm just catching up. Oh, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Oh, okay. Buff muscle. Jeez, what? You know where rent's gonna come from. You know, it must feel really good. Like, that's pretty awesome. When you finally get that one contract that's just like, yeah, I'm gonna stick around for more than a week. Hey, Gonzo, how are you? I don't... would you guys say that this guy's a herbivore, an omnivore, or a carnivore? What would you say? What do you think this guy eats? I think he eats stardust. Like, I don't feel like he eats anything. I feel like he just, like, he doesn't even breathe. Like, he just is. Why is the first thing you think of when somebody says contract, assassin? Why is that where your mind goes? Why is that a thing? Alright, I'm gonna split this guy off. Close holes. Close holes. I'm gonna save this real quick, like. Hey Joe, how are you? How are you doing? Actually, let's give this a higher res. Yee boy. Yee boy. I liked this being like super flat though, so I'm probably gonna try and keep it super flat like that. But then... Wait, no. Whoosh. Because why not? Actually, that's pretty dumb. That's pretty dumb. That's pretty dumb. Yep, that's pretty dumb. Okay, maybe tinier. There we go. Yeah, yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Can have a little curly whirly. Oh, thanks, Joe. That means a lot. Thank you so much. He eats through osmosis. Some days I wish I could just be on that diet, looking at myself in the mirror. No, I'm kidding. I love myself. The mic from Korn. Man, you guys pull out these references and I'm like, do I live under a rock? I don't know what anybody's ever talking about. You give yours bunny rabbit ears. Poor thing. Is it a he or just an it at this point? I don't know. I don't know. Let's zoom in. Let's figure this one out. The energy stars give off and what we see on the earth, how we see the stars. We see the dead ones because he ate the energy. Oh, he's the one that we don't see. Oh, okay, so he's the reason why stars die, basically, is what you're saying. That's kind of messed up. That's like anime, you know? Like, I could see that being like an anime thing. Like the space deity claiming all of the stars. So this guy's gonna be fun because I don't really like have to do much on him because I didn't really put like actual arms. I didn't give him legs. It's just like that. I can just get right in there, you know? Like I don't need to worry. I mean, not saying that like that arms and legs aren't any fun, but I just mean this guy's gonna be like, we could just have like a chill stream, you know? Like I don't have to be worried about working too much. Hi Shane, I see you there. I see that like Shane has joined. I see it. I see it. I see it. I see you. He eats the energy of planets. Ooh. The energy the sun gives off. So he's definitely a space thing. He just lives in space somehow. So that makes no sense. Somehow he lives in space, eating stars and planets. Or it, rather. We don't know what it is. Do you know that all elements above a certain atomic weight are only created when a star dies? I mean, no, I don't know that. I mean, like, I know that everything's created from just, like matter doesn't disappear, you know? Like, you can't just, it just doesn't disappear. Like, when something dies, it just gets spread into other things, and that's how life continues, but I don't, yeah. When in doubt, give them a hover chair. Make it like part of their body too. Like if you don't know what to do, like you don't want to deal with hands, you don't want to deal with feet, just do, make them a design, you know, just like create this. All the planet eating bad guys suck. Hey Link. Well, yeah, I mean, like, that makes sense. Like, when a star blows up, more things are, yeah, no, like, obviously, but, like, I don't feel like, I don't know. Maybe I misinterpreted what you said. Never mind. I'm not gonna this isn't science hour with Ashley, because I'm gonna be, like, it's just gonna be foot and mouth syndrome, like, the entire time, if you get me to talk about anything like that. Like, I don't have a fact sheet in front of me, so I'm literally just gonna be talking out of my butthole, and that's not something that any of us want. Specifically, you know, alright, well, you know what, let's just end it right there. Let's just end what I was about to say right there. That's good. Right there is good. Right there is great. Yeah. Dun, dun. Hey Santiago, how are you doing? Alright, this guy is gonna need work. Stupid arm. What even is anatomy? What even is? This guy underneath there. Yes, there we are. That's the muscle. That's the muscle we're looking for, boys. Get it. Yes. So we got some abs. Some abs, but also like not really, because this guy is skinny and dying. Like, what even is your body, boy or girl? Become more comfortable working on low poly instead of Dynameshing. I mean, like, if you think about it, like, every single one, like, as soon as, like, you can accept that, like, every single one of these things, like, these stretched polygons becomes, like, sort of, like, a skin fold when you Dynamesh it, then it just becomes so much easier to just do it. Because you're like, whatever, I can just paint over it. Or, I mean, sculpt over it, right? It's that whole, like, idea of just go over it, like, whatever. Nothing's permanent. So, like, you can, like, and like, if your thing is, like, just Dynamesh the crap out of it, then, like, whatever, it also doesn't matter, because you can just keep going over it. We are all dying. Yo, okay, what is this chat? What's going on? What's happening? What are you guys... Chill! Oh my god. Oh my god, boys and girls. Give it moth wings. No, you give your own moth wings. Hey, Ketten, how are you doing? Hi, David. Hey, Pepe. Space Slenderman. Yo, actually, though, yeah, for real. For instance, two colliding neuron stars have a high chance of creating enough gold to make a planet out of it the size. Where are you getting these stats? What is this? Are you playing it, like, is this, like, Kerbal Space Program or something? Like, what are you... That sounds so, like you're... I don't know, man, like... I just don't understand what you're trying to... I don't know. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sure that what you have has, like, what you're saying has, like, some merit to it. I just don't understand what you mean by, like, when two neutron stars collide, they're gonna create gold. Like, okay, probably, but, like, I just don't... I don't know. I don't know. I'm dumb. Like, I'm dumb in that sense. I don't know. This is what I do. I sculpt. Your X was larger than the mass of a star. You know, like, alright. Cool. How can you make a wrong choice from the beginning? That's a mistake, boy. I mean, you can't really make mistakes when you're doing stuff like this. Part alien, part hover chair. Like, actually, though. Hey, Jordan, how are you doing? No potty shaming. Exactly. Like, whatever. The Praetors from old Magic the Gathering set. Man, that's actually pretty cool. That's dope. I've never actually owned a bunch of Magic cards. I've only ever borrowed people's decks and played with them. Sorry. So I'm Bob Ross, but 3D and way more sarcastic, so not Bob Ross. Definitely not Bob Ross. Like, I don't think you could fall asleep listening to me. You'd probably jump off of a You probably jump off of a cliff before you fell asleep. I mean, I guess that's falling asleep in one way. ZBrush Bob Ross. Zob Ross. You gonna call me Zob Ross? The long sleep. Isn't that what like people have been calling in films lately? They've been calling that the like, is it cryo? When they go to like sleep when they're going through space or whatever. Like again, this is not what I do. Actually, like today I was just looking at a whole bunch of the NASA media library. I was like, there's so much I don't know. I felt so stupid just looking at those pictures. I was like, yo, is this what like an animal feels like when they find when they find like a road for the first time, when they see a car for the first time? They're just like, yo, there's so much out there that I don't know. What's my usual workflow? Like, you mean like for what? Workflow for what? For film? Like, what's my workflow for a character, like a final model for film, or for concept? Because if I'm doing concept work, it's slightly different than if I am doing it for a final model. That one right there looks like a little bit too much like a mouth. Change that. Nope, don't like it. Okay. Alright, what's okay, let's see. Final model. So my process for a final model would be not this. For a final model, if I had the concept already, then I would obviously sculpt the thing first. Like, I would start in ZBrush, but I wouldn't I wouldn't jump into tertiary details, like things like pores and like, you know, scales and stuff like that until I had a clean retop version. So usually, well, again, depending on what it is that I'm doing, obviously, but a lot of the time I like to do my main forms in ZBrush and get all of my main shapes and things done in ZBrush. So maybe if we're talking about a human, I would get all the proportions out. I would get all the main facial features. I wouldn't jump into a bunch of wrinkles or pores or, you know, like cuticles and things like that. Like I wouldn't do that. What I would do is then take the base thing that I had done in ZBrush at that point, retopologize it, and then start refining that based on subdivision levels that I would then apply to it in ZBrush. And after that's done, then I would start going back and forth, making sure that the topology for the low poly was good and matching up well enough to the high poly, in which case then I would do a bake and get all of the details that I needed into the bake and bring that over to substance and texture and then back in Maya, blah blah blah. That's basically what I would do. Why don't I sculpt on... Oh, well, that's kind of a messed up question, Link. Kind of a messed up question. Hey Charles, how are you? I'm good, I'm good. Long Sleep was from, like, Game of Thrones or something? Oh, was it? I thought it was from, like, people were talking about it in, like, I don't know. Like, Long Sleep, was that in... Was that in the most what is it? What was it? What was it? What was it? Now it's driving me crazy. What was that? I need to know. A Long Sleep. Man, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to figure it out. I saw it in some sci-fi film at some point. I can't remember what the heck it is. In what point you said that this concept is ready? This concept isn't ready. No. Evan, I'm not streaming on just Facebook. Right now I'm streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and Pixelogic, and the Pixelogic YouTube channel. So Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, all under Pixelogic. So you can find me on either of their platforms. Fill a book with the things. I could fill a library. I could fill libraries with the things I don't know. What's my... Oh, wait. I already answered that one. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Mostly. Black angel-like wings. How do I do wings? I've done, like... Oh, you mean, like, final wings? Like, final wings? Not in ZBrush, that's for sure. Like, I mean, like, not initially in ZBrush. Of course, can advise the novice sculptor. Man, there are so many things. Right off the top of my head, I would recommend you, like, well, if you're into character, like stylized characters and stuff like that, I would recommend you to Shane Olsen's course, who's also a presenter here. But, like, I personally, like, I haven't taken a lot of courses recently that I can really, like, recommend anything. I would say check out a whole bunch of other artists that are on this channel, the Pixelogic channel, and they all have, like, their own versions of, like, their own workflows and things like that. Minority Report. Oh my god, the best sci-fi film. Hey Marcelo, just wanted to say thanks. Oh, that's awesome! Welcome back to ZBrush Sculpting. Do I stream 3D modeling usually? No, usually when I'm streaming, I like to stream sculpting just because it's fun. It's a little bit more relaxing, and I can be a little bit more aloof when it comes to everything. Like, if I were expected to to do a bunch of 3D modeling on top of sculpting while talking to chat and answering questions, things would be a lot slower and annoying. So this is what I really like to do, is just sculpt and talk to chat, because my brain can only handle so much. Okay, that one. Okay, I'll like put them in together probably. It's probably better down. All right, let's see. What do I want to work on next? I can just save this really quick. Whips on ArtStation. Like, I mean, if you use that as like your final portfolio, maybe maybe make a blog post instead of, like, I'm a little bit hypocritical because like I think I still have a couple of whips from like, yeah, I've got like one work in progress thing that I never went back to online, but it's just like, yeah, in general, like I don't like to post things that are like work in progress. Like if I post something, then it's usually like I am done touching that. Like that is like, either I say it's like a sketch, like I've done this in one session and it's like a sketch, these are my sketches, or I just don't post it unless it's like a final like concept or final illustration or whatever it is. If you're gonna post work in progress on like your main ArtStation, like I would say like maybe like get like a blog. Like if you have ArtStation Pro or something like that, like make like a blog post, or like make an Instagram and then dump all of your work in progress stuff onto Instagram. Like me, like I've got an Instagram and I just dump whatever it is that I'm doing on it. Like I don't really like, some of the things are finished, some of them are just like really like whatever, and I have my drawings there and whatever. Like I don't care, it's my Instagram, like I throw all of my art stuff there, and then anything that's finished, then I put that on my ArtStation. What other content is shown on the Pixelogic channel? Other people doing like sculpting, mostly, yeah. Well, I mean, the Pixelogic channel, like we're using ZBrush, right? Like that's what the Pixelogic channel is. So other people have different ways of using ZBrush than me though, so, and like different experience. So I would say check that out. Oh yeah, Wipeout, that's awesome. I didn't realize that you were doing the Shane Olsen course. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, I'm not done my tea. Now I'm done my tea. Okay. Alright, let's do Dynamesh. Maybe a little higher res. Cool. Okay, that's probably too. Okay, let me like cut this up. I think we'd be doing ourselves a good favor here if we just cut it up. There we go. Let's do that. Alright, I'm modeling. You don't think anyone would hire me from Weaving? Any tips? Yeah, like, I mean, like, when people ask me for general tips in art, like, all I can say is just do a lot of it. Like, I don't really know. It's like going up to an engineer and being like, hey, I want to get into, like, I'm getting into engineering. Any tips? It's like, that's like you're asking something, and I don't mean this like in a like I'm attacking you or anything. I'm just saying, like, in a general sense, it's a very common thing that I get, and I'm sure a lot of other people who are streaming get, is just like, oh, I'm starting to delve into art. Any tips? It's such a general and vague question that, like, I can't really, like, give you anything of value. So if you do have, like, when you start doing things, if you have specific questions, it's much more valuable to you to ask things like that, rather than just say, hey, I'm, like, this is what I'm getting into, this is where I've been, like, any tips. Like, the most that you're gonna get is just keep doing a lot of it, because art is a very it's just one of those things that you're gonna get better at it by just doing it. Like, you could take a lot of courses and that's going to be great for your knowledge, but even if you were to take said course and not do a lot of art, you're not gonna get good at it. You're gonna have the knowledge, but you're not gonna have the skill. So the skill will come from doing a lot of it. But that's really, like, that's all I can say. I'm sorry. Where would you suggest posting things that maybe you want critiques on your work from others, like feedback on your work sometimes to see where you're progressing, you need things to work on? I'd say just find, like, a community. Like, Polycount has a bunch of places where you can do that, like, it's a forum. I have a Discord where viewers from my stream can post their work. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and critique everyone's, like, that's not what it's for. But if you want to, like, post your stuff and ask for a critique, maybe somebody will be there that can offer it. Like, I don't think, like, I know of any, like, sure place to post something where professionals will give you free critique. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you can post it and ask for critique, but you can't expect it to always be there, right? So yeah, like, there's, like, Discord servers from different streamers. You could try mine if you want. Like, some people might be there able to give you advice. You could try other streamers as well if you stumble upon if they have a Discord. But I just say find a community that is doing the same thing that you're doing. How do you fix the stretched polys? Retopologing is in my model. That no, because you can just do a retop. Like, you can do a ZBrush if you want and then reproject the details, or you can bring a decimated version of what you've sculpted into something like Maya and then just, like, do it by hand. It's not, like, a nightmare. Hey, Haz, how are you doing? Guys, if you don't know Hazardous Arts, which I'm sure most of you know who he is, John Troy Nickel, you should definitely go and check out his work. He and Lena do amazing figure sculpting, and they've even got, like, their own YouTube channel going and stuff like that now. It's pretty sick. So go and give them a slappy follow. But yeah, hi Haz, how are you doing? I don't know if I should call you Haz or John. I don't know what's better. Which one do you prefer? Hey Jackal, what's up? I feel like you're talking out your behind when you give critiques, unless it's some really obvious issue. I think the thing is, like, if you're looking at something you don't really know what's wrong with it, don't try and make something up, right? Like, if somebody's asking for a critique, don't sit there and, like, mull it over trying to think of something to say just to give critique. If you literally don't know, don't, like, do that, because it'll just muddy the water, it'll muddy their opinions, it'll just, like, muddy everything and get really confusing. So I would say, like, if somebody's asking for critique and you do see something that like jumps out at you, then of course like offer that in a constructive way. Don't say, hey, that's crap. Like, be constructive, obviously. But like if you don't see anything right off the bat, don't jump in there and just be like, maybe, you know, like don't like try and figure out something to say just for the sake of saying something. And I think that's where like online forums can get a little bit like iffy and kind of annoying. Because yeah, some people just like to say things just for the sake of saying things, just to have like a voice, if that makes any sense. And like that's not something you should do. Like you could always offer like, hey, I think that looks good or whatever. Like encouragement is great. But again, like if you don't know, like don't yeah. Okay, let's see here. This guy, we can Dynamesh him. Yeah, that good there. Let me quickly save Reno's so we don't explode into a million pieces and die. Ah. Same with you. Here we go. Okay, so that's actually interesting. I like that there's a hole forming there, and I'm gonna use that to my advantage. How's my puppy? Oh, he's like mostly good. Like I would say he's doing great. Like it's just like a lot of training. We actually had gone to we had gotten a personal trainer because he was becoming like too much for us, and I've had quite a few dogs in my life and I've trained them successfully, but he was a little bit different. Like he wasn't getting the hint. And like the more we exposed him to people, the more people reactive he would become, and he just kept getting more and more afraid. So we took him to we got a personal trainer and we were following like a protocol and stuff, and she recommended us a specialist vet, and we had like, it was crazy. It was like we went on to like a panel of like 3 people who observed him for 2 hours after we took like a bunch of videos of like his behavior and everything. And it turns out he like legitimately has like an anxiety disorder. Like it's preventing him from learning even in really positive situations that people are okay. So now we're taking different steps on handling it. Yeah, like so I was just like, I was complaining when he was a puppy because I was just like, oh my god, like what's wrong with this dog? Is it me? Is it me? Is it me? And what am I doing? You know, but like no, it just turns out like he's got a little bit of an anxiety thing. So we're working with it. Patience is key. Some days are hard. The hardest thing is definitely judgment from other people, thinking like, you know, not understanding the situation, but he's a good boy. He's a sweetheart. He would never hurt anyone. He's just afraid of people, and he barks really loud, so other people are like, whoa. Yeah. How are your pups? How are your dogs doing? Hope better. Yeah, ZBrush handles memory pretty well. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty great for that. I mean, like, I'm only working on 16 gigs of RAM right now, and I'm still able to do what I'm doing. Oh my god! Tomb, how are you doing? Holy crap, it's been forever. How are you? See the whole blocking process, you really should watch some of the VODs. Ah, no worries, Jackal. The VODs are there for whenever you want to. Whenever you want to. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. Hey, Zomax, how are you? How are you doing? What's up? How's it going? Tomb is lurking. I know. Well, he said hi. Oh, there you are. Oh. You woke up hella early? Well, welcome. You can look at some, like, weird crucifix alien's butt that's, like, inverted. I don't even know, man. Inverted butts is the new thing. It's the new craze. Gonna get in there, just take a screenshot of this, get in there on that like lusty art and just like inverted butt. Get everybody up on that train. And we'll do this. There we go. Yeah, it's true, Zomax. It's true. I'm not gonna, like, make that a thing during this stream, because we're on the Pixelogic channel. I don't want to, like, you know... I don't want to make it about any of that, but yes, it is very true. That is the day today. Get in there. There we go. No, baby got back. It was just inverted. What's the inverse of... It's, Satad, actually. Satad. Thanks, Doom, I appreciate it. Inverted butt. Heck yeah. Get up and walk towards him, he cowers, and you don't know why. You carry him around like a baby when you pick him. He's a Yorkie. Yeah, Sean, like, there's, like, a whole bunch of things that you could, like, just, I've been learning a lot about dogs in general the past year. Things that, like, you know, I've successfully raised, like, a bunch of dogs, like, growing up. And I've never known any of this stuff up to now, but knowing this stuff makes all of the quirks that my previous dogs might have had make so much sense, you know? Like, it's not just, like, weird things, you know? Like, it's, and I understand, like, what resource guarding is, I understand what, like, general aggression is, I understand where it comes from, why it happens, you know? That no dog is really, like, born actually, like, aggressive. It usually comes from a place of fear, and so then you have to counter their phobias, and to do that is a long process, and, like, it's a rehabilitation thing. And some dogs are genetically born anxious, which is my case, and that is very, like, I never knew that before having this dog. I never knew that dogs could have like mental disorders like humans can, but it makes perfect sense. I mean, their brains work on serotonin just like ours do, so it does make sense. But it's kind of crazy to think about, because, like, you know, previous dogs, like, they'd be, like, totally fine. They were able to rationalize. They were like, yeah, everything's great. I love people and everything, you know, and I love dogs. I love all these scary things. It's fine. Like, maybe a storm would be scary to them, but, like, that's not unheard of. But, yeah, like, they're, like, dogs could just, there's just a lot. There's a lot involved with it, and learning a lot, for sure. If you do have a reactive dog, though, one thing and a reactive dog, I mean, like, a dog that reacts to his fears, or reacts to situations or stimulus in general. So, like, you know, reactive dog, for example, would be, like, you know, every time he sees another dog, like, he'll start, like, freaking out, or every time she sees, like, another person, she'll start, like, barking or whatever. That's, like, considered a reactive dog, right? So if you have a reactive dog, I would recommend looking up something called CARE, for reactive dogs, CARE, and it actually stands for, like, a whole bunch of things, and it runs you through basically, like, the protocol to take to handle dogs that are like that and to get them over their fears. And it's a long rehabilitation process too, so you have to have patience when you're doing it. And it isn't for everyone, because it is a long process, but that's what we're doing with our dog, because I can't imagine ever just like, if we don't do it, it's obviously going to get worse for him because he's not getting the idea, and every single time he's exposed to people, it gets worse. So yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't say worse, but like it doesn't make it better in a sense. So we're doing what we need to do. Not all dogs are perfect, but he's perfect to me. No, 8-bit, like I'm not gonna start talking about something like that. Yeah. It's actually another thing I've noticed too, is like people in general really like to stare at dogs in the eyes, like out on a walk, and my dog is already scared of people, and if you're staring at a dog in the eyes, unless they've accepted when they are young enough that staring in the eyes like isn't a threat, most dogs will find it threatening to some extent. So because my dog is already like afraid of people, the people on the street, like if they just stand there and stare at him like at an intersection, he starts like freaking out, like he thinks that person's there to like hurt him. So that, like, even though he's never been hurt in his whole life by anyone, that's what's in his head, because it's like that's what dog language is. And some people, like, they literally do it on purpose too. Like they see a dog and they see that he's wearing like a nervous vest, don't touch him, and then they just like, I'm like, why what are you doing? Stop it. People don't understand dogs. No, I know. It's pretty crazy. And like they, like, a lot of the time, like, people don't even understand that dogs deserve their own space as well, you know? Like, if you see a dog on the sidewalk and they're just kind of like sitting there waiting for their owner or something like that, the best thing to do is to not go up to it and just start like patting it on the head. Like, that's horrible for a dog, to be honest with you. Like, there's dogs that will tolerate that, and that's great, but they don't like it. They really don't. It's not a thing. You don't know what that dog's gonna do. Another thing too is like off-lead dogs, like something I hear often. And this is gonna be the last thing that I say about dogs, because this is not a dog stream, and then I'll get to the comments. But the last thing that I'm gonna say about dogs is just about dogs on leads and off lead is just you know, like, you shouldn't have your dogs in off lead unless it's an off lead area, specifically because you don't know like how other dogs are going to react to your dog. Not all dogs are friendly. Like, if a dog starts running up to somebody else and you say like, oh, don't worry, my dog's friendly, like, that's great, but you don't know what that other dog is, right? Like, you don't know if that person that dog is running up to is terrified of dogs. You don't know if that dog that your dog is running up to is in training, and that by forcing an interaction with said dog is actually ruining some of the training that they're doing, and they're going to have to go backwards and redo a whole bunch of steps, right? So it's more of like, it's not because your dog is friendly that you need to keep it on lead. Like, that's great, but like, if you don't have a recall, it's not fair to people around, and it's not fair to other dogs that might be going through rehabilitation or is just in general not okay with other dogs. So, because like, not everybody muzzles their dogs that are reactive. Not everybody even understands what a reactive dog is. So to protect your dog, to protect other people, it's better to keep them on lead, even if they're like the friendliest damn thing you've ever seen. Anyways, last dog thing. Back to alien stuff. They think they can solve it like approaching and making cute sounds and reaching out and pet. Yo, oh, okay, I have to go off. I'm sorry. Okay, so, oh my god, John, dude, like, actually, I'm sorry, has, my bad. Just, like, I've had, like, such a problem with that. Like, literally some dude, like, I was sitting on, like, this is probably the worst experience I ever had. Like, my dog has anxiety, right? Like, he wears a yellow vest that says, don't touch him, because he cannot, it's part of our training, don't touch my dog, because we're teaching him only good experiences and that he can only expect people to touch him when he's expecting it through the specific training we're doing. So we put this vest on him being like, don't do it, because he doesn't learn the same way that other dogs does, right? So I'm sitting there at the intersection, just kind of like letting him look at people, giving him treats or whatever, and this guy he just comes around with his aggressive Shar-Pei. His aggressive Shar-Pei gets in my dog's face, makes a bunch of noises, and then he blames my dog for making those noises, and I'm like, no, my dog loves dogs. He's afraid of people. He's like, really? Is he afraid of people? Okay, you're socializing him. I'm like, yes, I'm socializing him. He's afraid of people though, and I'm trying not to look at him, like trying to ignore him or whatever. He continues to talk to me, and I'm like, okay, like this is not something I want, like, and I'm kind of like backed into a corner at this point, and then he decides that he's gonna be like, oh, okay, so he's like really afraid of people, okay, I get it, and then it goes and sticks his hand down like right at my dog, and bless my dog's soul, because like sometimes he's curious and he will sniff the other person's hand that comes at you. Again, like anxiety is like, it's one of those things in dogs where like some days it's good, some days it's bad, and that was a good day for him, so he like sniffed, and then I, of course, because it's part of our training, like raise my voice and I say, hey, don't touch him, because the vest is clearly stating no, and also I didn't invite you to do that. Like, you know, you wouldn't do that to somebody's kid or whatever. And so then he turns to me, shocked that I would tell him no. And he straight up is just like, he takes a second, pauses, and it's just like, you know, you're weird. You're really weird. There's nothing wrong with your dog. You're the reason why anything is wrong. Your dog is fine. And then he started shouting profanities at me, and like, you know, like there was people gathering around because it's an intersection, and all I could say was thank you. So then I had to, because he kept coming towards me, so I had to pick up my dog and run away. And fun fact, this same person, ran into us when we were doing training, like late at night outside when there isn't a lot of people and we were minding our own business, and he purposely let his Shar-Pei, as I was crossing the street, I didn't notice it was him, but he had his Shar-Pei with him, and he, like, as we were crossing the street, he purposely let his Shar-Pei like go at my dog, and I was like, and he literally laughed. So like there are people yeah. Sorry, I went off. Okay, that's, yeah. Yeah, you know those feelings. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Like, it's like insane. People are insane. Anyways, wow. Hi, Vishar, how are you? You gotta go watch Survivors? Yeah, no worry. Yeah, Alex, it really does depend. It's dependent on height as well. Something with dogs is just like a height difference. So because people are so much taller than my dog, he feels like he's being intimidated all the time, especially when there's like eye contact that lasts more than like a second or two, right? So again, it really, like, my dog again has anxiety, so it's not the same. Have brushed with something not so pleasant? Yeah, a lot of times. It's okay. It's fine. Anything for my puppy. Catch these hands. Yeah, whatever. I'm over that incident anyways. I've had somebody follow me for 20 minutes outside too. It was very unnerving. It's like my dog's like cute. Like I almost feel like sometimes like these people aren't like okay in their heads. Jeez. Hey, I'm just gonna call you World. How are you doing? Oh my god, okay. Anyways, I gotta get back to actually sculpting this. I feel like I was just like going off about dogs. This is a Pixologic stream. God, I'm the worst. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Tell me if like that kind of like bothers you too, because if it like, I'll just like save that all for when I go back to streaming on my channel, but sometimes I just get triggered and I just have to go off. So if it really bothers you, just, you know, general person can tell me. You can always just like ask questions too, like as I'm going off, and I'll try and like catch them and answer them and switch topics. Like it's all good. I just get triggered. Hey Mia, or Mia, how are you? Oh, there he is in the background. Master Monkey Boy. No, don't even worry. Don't even worry, Has. Like, honestly, don't even worry. It's cool. I talk about, like, the most random things during my segments. It's, like, half of it, like, maybe, like, a quarter of it is actually, like, art-related. It's like, what am I supposed to do for 4 hours? I really enjoy streaming, though. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I really love it. But, yeah, like, I like, changes in topics, especially things like this that I can, like, I never realized how passionate I could get about talking about dogs. But like, I could go for hours about dogs. Like, I could literally go for hours about dogs. And it's because like I have one, a special one. Like my previous dogs, I could probably talk about them for a couple of minutes and then it'd be like, okay, you get the gist, but I have a special dog, and because I have a special boy, special things happen. Yeah, same, yeah. Yeah, it's just, it just kind of like becomes a thing. It's just like a part of your life. As soon as you have a dog, it's like, boom, that's it. You're now a dog person, whether you like it or not. Like, this is a topic that's gonna come up very frequently in your life. And you're gonna be passionate about it. Very passionate about it. Alright. Wow, we've done a total of nothing! Hey Seba, how are you doing? Yeah, you do. You have to socialize them, unless you have a dog like mine, in which case the trading protocol is to actually limit socialization until it's under very, very specific situations. Which is actually, I found it very interesting to find that out. Ah! YouTube! How dare you? Yes, I want to continue watching. Fight me. Yeah, I could go off on, like, dog parks as well. Oh man, I could go off on dog parks. Ooh, I could go off on dog parks. I'm not gonna go off on dog parks. But I could go off on dog parks. John, if you're still here, I want, or has, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm the freaking worst. I wanna hear you go off about dogs one day on your stream. When you're streaming one day, I wanna see it happen. And if I'm not there, I expect to see clips. It's so liberating. It's like, oh, what's this? 150 people watching me? Hey, guess what? My dog. I should have Monty in my... He'd get too hot. That's the thing. Like, I'm already running hot. I'm already, like, sweating. Gravity warp space-time. I mean, you're not wrong. Alright, let's, You'll talk for hours. Yeah, I know. Once it starts, it's like vomit. Like, I want to just, like, keep going. Like, no, not the time or place. No. Next video, corgi. I'd be like so down to do like a dog stream and just like dog psychology from like, I mean, I'm not a professional, but things that like I've learned. Like, it's so interesting to me. All right, let's do this. For that, ZBrush is essential, but you also have your own pen tab. You want to become a texturing artist? I wouldn't say ZBrush is essential to become a texturing artist. It can help in certain situations, but I wouldn't say it's essential. Where's the music? It's on YouTube right now. I am listening to stuff from Pulse 8. You can get their stuff, like, it's chill stuff. Your dog's an old doggy, so you don't get much drama. Aw, the poor baby. Old boy. Or girl, whichever. When's dog stream happening? I don't know, but I should maybe I should do a segment Mondays with Monty Mondays. That'd be kind of fun. Not gonna lie, it would be kind of fun. Thanks, 8-Bit. Appreciate it. Benjamin, you sound like you're having an existential crisis in the chat right now. Wait, actually... Quantum entanglement. God, what are you guys on right now? Yeah, having a tablet though is really important if you're getting into digital art. I would say if you are just starting and you don't have the budget for anything, try out like a Bamboo. It's like only $100. So I mean, yeah, that's like it sounds like a lot, but compared to something like I'm using or even like a Cintiq or whatever, like it's nothing. So I would say, yeah, get something cheaper to start, just get the feel of it, and then when you find that you've got the hang of it and it's actually something you want to do and pursue, then I would say like, well, right now I'm using a Wacom Intuos Pro Medium, this right here. It's not the newest version. Which model is it? It is the PTH 651. Sharp surface textures, like the other day I did with the horns. Sharp surface textures, horns. Sharp surface. Okay. So yeah, you could use in the brush menu there, like the brush in the lightbox, the brush tab in the lightbox. You go under slash, and then you get /2. This is actually like a really cool brush. to use, and then you can get all kinds of like little things going on here, right? So you can use the /2 brush, which actually I mean, it's a little early for me to be getting into this kind of stuff, but I kind of want to, there it is. Hey Julio, thanks. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, no, I understand, Pepe. Yeah, so the reason why I have a dog is because I work from home. So it's like, I could raise him as a puppy, I could give him all the attention he needed, and like, the thing is, like, get this, right? Like, I knew from the start he was gonna need a lot of socialization, so I would actually go out with him to the dog park and like go for walks like 2 or 3 times a day. It would be like he would go like everywhere. Like I would literally be taking him on so many trips, and we'd be outside for a total of like 3-4 hours at like a day. And this was in the winter time too. Like I would literally be trying so much, like, you know, like here, like look, meet all these people or whatever. He had never ever been okay with people. And when he hit adolescence, it just got worse. So like socialization wasn't even a thing. Wasn't even a thing for me. I know I'm still on dogs. Damn it. Oh, God. See, it just, I could just, oh. Yeah. Oh, frig. You got me. You freaking got me. Damn it. Oh. It's the worst. My dog owns my life. Okay? He's my precious. My little baby. No. Alright, look, I'm using the inflate bar. Oh my god, okay, let's like, okay. Anybody got any questions about ZBrush or whatever, so I could get off of this? Get off of this, like, this dog coaster? Does he roll on me? Does my dog roll on me? No, he doesn't roll on me. But he does love affection, which is like super weird for a corgi. Corgis are supposed to be independent, but he's just like, oh my god, please pick me up, please love me, touch me. Oh, I'm on dogs again, damn. Okay. You know, it might be time for a break, and it might be time for me to go and get my boy, just to end this, like, dog talk, and then we'll go back to our regular stream. How's that? I'm gonna go get the boy. I'm gonna go get him. and then we can continue on our merry way doing whatever the heck it is this thing is. Sound good? How long did it take practicing ZBrush from noob to good enough to get steady work? I feel like I'm still a noob. I don't think I'm ever gonna feel like I'm not a noob. But before I got steady work, like so I got like, before I could get into freelance, I was 2 years in the industry, but getting into the industry, I got in pretty much right out of school. But getting in, like, I was already, like, doing ZBrush for a year before that. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna put up the BRB, and then I'll be back in, like, 2 minutes, and I will have the goods. I will have the goods, and we will end this. I'll show him on stream. Be right back. back with the Corgo. With said Corgo. Said little boy. So that we can end this. He's so big! He got so big! He's such a big boy! Say hi! No, he's also very floppy at this time of night. He's like the most well-behaved little like potato sack ever at this time of night. He doesn't do anything, he just lays there. Any tutorials for an environment artist? I don't know. I'm not an environment artist. Yeah, he's a cutie. You guys are still on the science thing. That's a white corgi. He's actually a tricolor, but his mom ran out of printer ink. See, he's tricolor, but his mom ran out of printer ink, so the only color on his head is on his ears as spots. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, licky, yum, yum, yum. He is floppy potato boy. I'm just waiting for my tea to boil, and then I'll put him back. And, yeah. Do you guys know the reason why dogs lick? Licking is, there's like a bunch of reasons why dogs lick, but it's sort of like, in stressful situations, like if they're stressed, if they're anxious, it's sort of like a soothing technique, but otherwise it's like, it can be used as like an appeasement, it can be used as like, yeah, just a general like, I love you. It can mean a lot of different things, so facts. Ben, thanks. You like corgis? Yeah, corgis are extremely freaking active though. Like they have stubby legs, but these things run, man. Like these things have so much energy. It is insane. I cannot tire this dog out. And he yawns. Okay, sure, fine. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. He has a lot of energy though during the day. Speedy dog, active dog. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. So in the other room, you heard me make Monty noises. So yeah, you heard me put my Monty voice on. My little Monty baby. Yeah. Hello. Don't put your tongue in my mouth. There's a good boy. Good boy. Okay. All right. So there we go. Now we're done. We're done with the doggo. I'm gonna zoom. Oh yes. And we're gonna put him back. We're gonna put him back, and then we're gonna get back to sculpting. And I'm gonna have my tea. Sound good? Sound good? Oh no, you did it! The tongue! No! Hi. Are you a good boy? Yes, you are! Oh, yes, you are! Yes, you are! Yes, you belly rub! Alright, okay. Alright, I'll be back. No, we guys, we're getting back to sculpting. Oh my gosh. No more dog stuff. Unless you hear him bark, and then I'll probably get triggered. I'll probably talk about dogs again. No, you can't pet him. Not just because you're on the other side of the screen, but also because he's an anxious boy and he's in strict training right now to try and change his mind because he has a phobia of people approaching him. So no one's allowed to touch him unless it's under strict protocol. Yeah, he's a famous boy. He's a famous boy. Okay, see, we're talking about dogs again. Why can't I escape this? What is wrong? You guys, okay, that's it. No more dogs. Shh, shh. With dogs. No more dogs. No more dogs. No dogs. No dogs. Okay. No more dogs. Let's talk about this pelvis. Yeah, you should finish. Oh my god, I have to get back to the gym too. I haven't gone in a little over a week or so. I really gotta get back to the gym. Need the gym. The gym makes me feel good. Been feeling like poop. Should definitely gym. You guys try to get me to talk about cats now. You're like, oh no, we can't talk about dogs. But oh, what about cats? You know. See, it's like a reverse pelvis. It's a reverse butt. It's like some weird... Hey, Brendan! How are you doing? How's it going? Oh, man. Guys, if you don't know who Brendan is, he's also a streamer on the Pixelogic channel, so please go and follow him, check him out. He's doing some cool God of War fan art on his segments right now, and he also does a lot of other really cool stuff. And he spends more time and effort in his sculpts as well. He takes them from start to finish, whereas I'm a little bit of a spaz and I just kind of like barf out something and then move on to the next thing. But Brendan takes you through the proper process of A, B, C to Z. So check that out. Check him out. Do the follow. All right. I know, like, why is Truman here? Like, why? Like, I don't understand. Where did you come from? Like, where have you been? Oh, I love horror movies. Yeah, even Has is in here. I'm like, well, dang, man, like, this is crazy. This is cool. Yeah, also to double shout out, like Has doesn't stream on the Pixelogic channel anymore from what I know anyways, or if I don't know if you're coming back at any point, but he has his own thing. You should definitely check him and Lena out. They're a duo and they're awesome and they're cool and do it. Okay, yeah. I don't know why I keep doing like over here, like what's over here? I don't know really, but like, yeah. Oh, actually, maybe I should show you guys something. When I go back to streaming on my channel... Okay, I'm gonna save this really quick and try and find it. When I go back to streaming on my channel, I'm thinking of working on something... Here, I'll show you. I will show you. I started this the other night. It's not really like much, but I'm gonna do like something a little bit more illustrative. So this is like the first part of it anyways. It's gonna be like a full-bodied like double kind of thing or whatever. So I don't know if you're interested in this kind of art as well as like monster stuff, then feel free to follow me on my channel. I'm not actually like, I'm not gonna start just yet, but when I do come back to my channel, I'll probably be doing like more illustrative things. Like it'll be a longer process, like from ZBrush to Keyshot to Photoshop sort of a thing, rather than just like straight up I'm spazzing around on the Pixelogic channel. So yeah, if you're interested in that, my Twitch channel is down here, because I'm a volunteer on the Pixelogic channel. This is not my channel, but right here, the twitch.tv/a_cubed is my channel, so you could check that out if you're interested in that, you know? You know? Alright, I'm gonna delete that. Bye! Goodbye, girl. Okay. No, do not switch. Show us how to retopo in UV. There are so many people out here that can help you do that. I'm not about to have an excruciating time on stream explaining how to retop in UV. Like, there's so many things online to help you with that. You could even, honestly, like, just go onto Polycount and you could go onto their forum, or their wiki, rather, and you could get all of the basics right there. Like, you don't need me to do that, specifically. Maybe one day I might show you how to do it when it comes to, like, monster stuff, but it's, like, you have, like, even the summit, like, you have all those people from like from the big studios coming in here being like, this is our process, and just like take what you've read on the Polycount wiki and the essence of everything and just kind of like apply it to that. It's the same thing. It's all the same. Like, once you understand like the basics of retopology, like you understand how some things can be solved, you just apply it to everything. The real puzzle comes in for production with things like, if you were to put this in production, the real thing would come into like play with the riggers and how they would figure out how to make it work, because like topology is topology, and there are certain solutions to make deformation easier, but really the rigger is going to be the one that's got most of the weight on it, on him or her. This is considered. I'm behaving, yeah. I haven't done anything. I'm a pro? You think I'm a pro? Yo, oh dude, yo. Oh man. Oh boy. Oh boy. You feel like a goofball when you stream, even though it's been 6 years? Like, I feel like a psycho. Like, I don't understand. Like, there's so much. Like, I see this, like, eyeball icon on the top of Restream right now, and I'm like, why is there that number beside it? Like, I just don't. I'm sweating. If anybody's professional, it's you, Has. And Brandon. Oh my god, Brendan is a freaking pro. Brandon's a freaking pro on stream. I don't know. Or Shane. Shane is a pro. Oh my god. Everybody's a pro. I'm not a pro. That's green tea for you. Got the stream sweats. Yeah, I'm stream sweating alright. I'm also working like stupid slow today because I was talking about dogs, and now dogs are in my brain. All I can hear as I'm working is bork, 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 bork. You don't understand space and time. Bork, 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 bork. I want to tell you so bad, like tell you guys about my walk today with my dog, but I'm like, no, it's talking about dogs. It's so I just want to talk about dogs. Oh yeah, who needs muscle to sit on top of shoulders or shoulder blades? Who needs that? Who needs muscles on top of that? We can just have the shoulder blades. We don't need muscles. We don't need that. What even is anatomy? We don't need that. We don't welcome that here. Not in this stream. Not in this house. Whatever. Whatever. We'll open chat with Lena. I bet we could talk for like 3 years solid. Yo, I bet it would go on longer than that, dude. Like, if you guys are planning on getting more dogs in the future, we'd probably talk until we're dead, or at least like until our last dogs of our lives are. Like, I've actually like on Facebook, I've like joined like support groups for reactive dogs because some days it's like it's so bad and I don't know like who to talk to. About like some of the things. And that sounds so oh, I'm back on dogs again. Oh my god, it just sneaks up on you. It just sneaks up on you. Like, it's so hard to realize when you're not talking about dogs and then you talk about dogs. It's like this seamless transition. It just starts happening. Oh. Oh my god, Benjamin, please. I don't even understand stars, so you can't really call me a genius now, can you? Jackal, what is... I'm not gonna click that. I'm not gonna click it. I'm not gonna click it because I'm gonna start getting like... I'm gonna feel self-conscious because then I'm gonna look at myself. And I don't want to look at myself while I stream. Hello, I can't understand how to say your name, but hello on YouTube. Can coyotes be domesticated? I'm sure through like selective breeding they could after like a while, just because like all things can be domesticated after a long time of breeding, but I wouldn't say just like get a coyote pup and then all of a sudden expect it to be domesticated, because no. Yeah, so like a coyote not being afraid of people and a domesticated coyote are two separate things. Like I wouldn't approach a coyote that is not afraid of people, honestly speaking. It's still a wild animal, and even if somebody had a coyote like on their like ranch or something and they were rehabilitating it, like let's say it had like a broken leg or something, it was hit by a car and somebody's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take it in, I'm gonna feed it while it gets better, like that's cool, that's great and all, but like don't be a spaz and like get in there. Because it's still like, it needs its space, it needs to be respected, right? And that's the thing, like most people don't understand the space, respecting the boundaries. Like, it's so cute, you just want to cuddle it, but like also it'll probably eat your face. You are beautiful, no matter what they say, 'cause words can't break you. Alright, let's see. Maybe I should just like... just focus strictly on sculpting now and just say bye to chat. Nah, you guys know that's not gonna happen though. You know what a really fun word to say is? Panini. 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 What's in that green tea? It's a tea bag that I forgot to take out, so it's extra strong green tea. Oh, jeez. See, I knew that was gonna be a thing too. I knew that was gonna be a thing. As soon as I started the stream, I knew there were gonna be. You're the first one. You're the first one to say that would. Don't you dare. But yeah, paninis are a fun word. I don't know. Some days are just like I'm a happy girl. Some days, and other days I'm an existential mess. You know? Hashtag relatable, right? Am I right? Oh, you don't have to be saying it. Your eyes say it. Oh, I can't see your eyes. Your emotes say it all. Ham and cheese paninis. Ugh. I really want paninis. I just like ate like half of a chicken earlier. And lots of fries, but I still want food. I'm not helping my case right now, am I? What kind of breed do... Like bread? What kind of bread? I'm not making this about dogs. What kind of bread do I like the most? Ooh. I thoroughly like the baguettes that are made here in Montreal. Thoroughly. I also would, like, bagels count as bread, right? Like, in a sense. I really like Montreal bagels. Oh my goodness. Something similar to the underwater mantis. Yeah, I guess a little bit, right? Like, it's just kind of like, it's got like it's definitely got a weirdness to it. I don't like this back bit though. Probably gonna fill this in right here. Turn it into more of a, yeah, let's get this out here. Let's do a little bit more of like a design work on it. This guy is definitely more in the realm of just designy. Very designy, very line based. Probably like push that up higher. Push that down. Put AccuCurve on. Some points going on. No. Yes. Okay. Fine. I don't like the shape. It bugs me. It just bugs me. I'll come back to it. Garlic bread. Yo, garlic bread, though. See? I dodged it. You can't get me with that. You can't get me. Can't get me with that talk. The forbidden D word. Oh, I appreciate it, 8-Bit. I'm glad you enjoy my technique. Whatever that is. Whatever my technique is. My technique is throw some clay at the canvas. Hope it sticks. Hope it turns into something. Everything I do ends up looking relatively phallic. Sometimes I wonder if I've watched too much Geiger-based things. Then I realized there's never enough Geiger, actually. Okay. See, I love doing like these stretchy bits, you know? These stretchy bits that just kind of like tie two pieces together. My favorite is like masking parts of it off, like this. And then just like pulling. I just really, really thoroughly enjoy doing that. So you can create some kind of like a hood thing right here. Get in there at the back. Make sure it sticks in. Same with that. Throw that one in there. I guess just define this a little bit more. There we go. I just really thoroughly enjoy doing that. It's a lot of fun. Hey Vidor, how are you? Fallopian, oh my god. I hate that word, fallopian. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like all my sculpts in a sense look pretty like lewd though. There's a lewdness. There's definitely a lewdness. Like, it's sort of like, hey, can you spot the wiener? Just play, hey, spot the wiener in every single one of my sculpts. Just take screenshots and then spot the wiener. Cause like I bet you every single one of them that I've done, you can spot the wiener. Actually, like, every time Joe comes in here, So Much Monsters, like, he's just like, yo, why does this look like? What's going on? There's been, like, a while where I've just, like, been fighting against it, and now I'm just like, no, yeah, it's true, yeah. True stuff, true say. Fallopian. I don't know, man. I don't know. Some people say this is like a well-behaved stream. I don't know how to be professional. Like, people say you're saying I'm professional. I don't know how. How do you do that? I really don't. I try, but like, yeah, just I don't. What? I think my favorite thing to do with this mic too is just like make really disgusting noises. Do you guys want to hear some disgusting noises? Who's here for some nasty noises? I'm kidding, I won't do it. I won't do it. But I love doing it. Actually, this should probably be more like that. Pro streamers are good at being themselves. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, sometimes you get me being an existential mess. Like, I look like I'm sad and tired. And then some days I'm just like, yeah! Did that scare anyone? Did that scare anyone? Was that loud? Schlep. Anti-ASMR. Yo, I should start a channel that's anti-ASMR and just make all of the grossest noises. Just like put my hand, like just take, have you guys ever put like a bunch of soap, like while you're washing your hands, do you ever like put soap in your hands and then just go I'm 5 years old, so I mean, Monty didn't like that noise. Hey, Spud! What you doing, Spudnik? How you doing? Watching me and watching Substance Day? You're starting to question your okay, bye! You'll block me for my entire life? Oh, I love it. I've never been blocked before. Let's do it. Oh, man. Everyone says they're a pro. I'm not a pro. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a pro. I really appreciate that Has says I'm a pro. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. But I'm gonna say right now, I'm not a pro. I think the thing is, like, I care, but like I also don't to an extent. I think maybe that's what it is. Like, I care about the stream. I care about, you know, being mostly appropriate and not saying things that are like too outlandish. But I also am just like, you know, if people are gonna hate it, they can always move on. It's just one of those things. People can always move on. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Ashimar. That's what it's gonna be called. Ashimar. An underwater mantis alien. Yeah, I guess it is a little bit like underwatery because it's got like these kind of like frilly gilly things. You've made money doing it, you're a pro. Damn it. But wait, hold on. Does that mean that like, hold on, like that's kind of vague in itself though. Like if like let's say what's it called? If I just sat outside and I asked for like money, would that make me a professional panhandler? Ugh. My hair's like getting stuck in the wire, and, like my necklace. Wee. Sorry. I apologize. But also, like, ooh. I'm hot. I'm hot. Ooh. Okay. We good. We good. Armpit farts. I've never been able to do that. Even when I've, like, been ridiculously sweaty. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Like, honestly, like, that's what I thought, Has. Like, I don't feel like that's, like, a proper definition of professional. Like, oh, you made money doing it, so, like, you're a pro. I feel like it's, like, a multifaceted term. Like, it's not just, like, a one and done. Like, oh, you've made money, so you're, like, professional. I feel like there's, like, a lot more to that, like, in order to be, like, call somebody a professional. See, but even that's like there's multiple things to that. Like you're adding on playing guitar and then having thrown a guitar at you. Monty, it's me. That noise is me. Spaz. makes a living out of its profession. Is that like the definition? Hold on. Okay, you know what? We'll just settle this because I don't want to argue because like define professional. Engaged in a specific activity as one's main paid occupation rather than as a pastime. Fine, fine. It's vague. Whatever. Who cares? Dropping it. Okay, cool, dope. We're all right. Bye. Good talk, guys. Good talk. Oh no, artillery. Oh no. Rip. Ripperoni pepperoni. Okay, let's like actually fix this arm because like wow, that is not where the elbow is supposed to be, if you know what I mean. Like that is not, no, the elbow should be like here. Oh my goodness, what's going on with this? Oh no. Oh dear. You have a broken arm. I mean, I guess that's okay, you're an alien, you can have a broken arm, it's fine. Who knows where you came from, what you were doing. Who else likes working upside down? I like working upside down sometimes. Dope. Kind of thinking for Halloween, I'm not going to be streaming on the Pixelogic channel because I took it off. But if my plans fall through for Halloween, like Halloween night, I'm thinking maybe I'll stream on my channel and sculpt a skinwalker or something like that. Those things are freaky to read about. Does anybody know what a skinwalker is? Pretty freaky stuff. But that's not guaranteed. I'm just saying if my plans fall through. Because I have plans, so. Bork! Skinwalkers make your skin crawl. Do they? Do they, Brandon? Yeah, it's like a really freaky thing. Like if you're looking for some like really creepy stories, look up Skinwalker. Like I mean it is like supernatural in a sense, but if you're into that kind of a thing, like yeah, Skinwalkers for sure. They're really creepy. Really creepy stories. It's because it's like they're so like it's so I guess it hits close to home because like things are just so normal, but they're also not. Because they're mimics, basically. But scary mimics. Like a B-movie monster name? Yeah, I feel like there probably are like really bad horror films that are called Skinwalker out there. Sam Dean, is that you? Puppy needs my attention. No, he's with my boyfriend right now. He's good. You learn a texture projection technique with Dan Catcher, the artist who made the dragons in Game of Thrones. You recommend? Oh, cool. Yeah. No, I think 1 year, like artists from Game of Thrones were presenting on the Pixelogic ZBrush Summit, rather. Yay, we're second choice. You're welcome. You flip upside down a lot actually forces you to analyze the relationship between shapes and rely less on what you expect it to look like. Bam! Look at you. Look at you giving out the best explanation as to why to do that. I just say do it because it keeps things fresh. And I also just do it because I do it. But you got an explanation and that's good. Awesome. Honestly, was one of the things you had to show Lena when she first was getting into it was isolate and rotate. I think it's critical to see something from all angles you wouldn't normally. And to look at things right, especially when you're trying to figure something out. Agreed. Definitely 100% agreed. I think one thing that I tell people all the time too is like, you can probably see me doing this. Like this is literally the stream. This is literally what I'm doing in the stream. This is like, I'm doing this. This is the stream. And I'm like, this is necessary. You need to do this. Like actually no sarcasm though, because like if you're not looking at it like constantly like spinning and seeing stuff from every single angle, you're going to have an issue later on. Like if you especially with like zooming in, like I have so many people like send me things and they're like, hey, can you critique this? And I'm like, I bet you're doing this. I bet you're working like this. Like, okay, great. Wow, you did that pectoral muscle so good. It looks so good. And then you zoom out and it's like, oh, you know, like, ew, like, what is that? Like, don't worry about that kind of stuff. Like, work from far away. Work from far away until it's like, you know, like poor detail work and stuff like that. But like your design, you should be working from pretty far away in order to get the silhouette. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir here with Az knows all of this. I'm just saying for everybody else. Like, yeah. I give the whole chat like seizures because of what I just did. Okay, yeah, my bad. Sorry guys. Also not sorry though. Sorry, not sorry. Can you critique your existence? Oh, okay. I'll critique your existence. Very wonderful. You belong in the stars, Mr. Spudnik. In the stars. Working at Weta Workshop, watching a traditional sculptor work on a piece, you quickly see they are doing the same thing. They will lay a little bit of clay down, then spin it constantly. It's not limited to digital artists getting their rotates. Yeah, no, absolutely 100%. I actually started traditional as well, and anytime that we had a sculpture that we had to do, we would always have it on a rotation disc. If somebody like was doing it without a rotation disc, it was just like, it was a nightmare, because then you'd have to like stand there on your like it would be on the platform and you'd be like walking around it constantly, and it's just like a tiring thing. By the end of the day you're like, oh my god. So like everybody had to like buy like rotation discs, because it's it's not fun. I wish I still had it though. I kind of want to put another desk back there so that I can have a space to just do like traditional sculpting again. It's been so long since I've done traditional sculpting and it's so much fun. But I completely agree with what Haz is saying. You guys should all listen to what he's saying too. He's very, very wise guy. Very wise guy. Lots of experience. Much more than I have. So if you're not rotating your stuff, you dumb. What are you doing? Rotate your stuff. Okay, done. Do I put secret messages in my models for next generations? Yeah, it's all phallic. You totally miss traditional sculpting. I know, right? Like it's good stuff. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Okay, I need to. Ooh, no. You know what? Let's just. Yeah. I'm so distracted tonight. You guys are distracting me. It's your fault. It's all your fault. It's not my fault. Let's go. Boom. Done. Bork. That was a Dynamesh bork. Ooh, I almost saved over something I didn't want to save over. No. He's a wise guy, all right. No, I know. He's a very wise guy. All right. Okay. Bye, Joey. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great night. Okay, so this stuff, I think... What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? 'Cause I could keep it all open like that. Or I could complicate the design. Let's complicate the design. Let's complicate the design. Let's just do it and then like erase it because I know it's gonna be terrible. Alright. Oh, that was me, bud! He doesn't understand. I should stop saying that. Actually, not complicating the design. Okay, I'm gonna keep it. Actually, I lied. Actually, low-key love this. Which one of you said that it was gonna complicate the design? No, I'm kidding. Told you it would be fun. No. No, I said it was gonna be crazy. I'm crazy. Alright. It's our fault. Or like, dude who thinks he might know something but actually constantly discovers he knows nothing. Yo, me. But actually, like, you do know a lot of stuff though. So, you've been doing this for a long time. I feel like what you have to say is incredibly valid, if not much more valid than what I have to say. And people should listen. Alright, let's see. Where else can I do some things that might completely ruin the sculpt? Which render do I use? I use Keyshot for my for my conceptual stuff. I'm calling him as old as the dinosaurs. Well, you know what? Dinosaurs are cool, okay? So if you're as old as the dinosaurs, you're pretty cool. You're pretty cool. I mean, I'm not calling him a dinosaur, though. But he's as cool as a dinosaur. I mean, dinosaurs are cool. I love dinosaurs. Who doesn't like dinosaurs? Do you not like dinosaurs? Is that what you're saying? Are you trying to be offensive? Are you trying to be offensive? Oh shit, I actually know so. Oh no, I cursed. Haz, you got me again. You got me again. This isn't the place for that. No! Pixelogic comes at me, being like, hey, so, that last stream. Be like, no, it's Haz's fault. It's Haz's fault. It's not me, it's Haz. Haz did it. He knows everything. Blame him. It's not me. Dogs and swears. I know! I know. When am I gonna get fired? I keep thinking today is gonna be the day, you know? Like every single time I start a stream, I just feel like today's the day. This is it. This is where I mess up. This is where it's too much. Keep pushing the boundaries. I'm like, when will too much be too much? No, I don't. No. My favorite modeler? I mean, I feel like I have to say my boyfriend. Good vibes today. Yeah, I know, I'm in a good mood. It's a change of pace, isn't it? Instead of me being like, hey, so... I'm not gonna make these jokes on this stream, no. No. I know, I'm biased as crap. Biased as crap. No, if you guys want to know, like, my favorite, like, artists, honestly, here, look, I'll show you something, okay? So, man, I just realized this camera sucks right now. What's happening? So, if you're curious, screen one, there we go. Okay, so this is my art station, right? Plug. Other than that, if you're curious about the artists that I like and follow, you can literally just click, okay, look at this, 1,128. I like a lot of artists. Literally, like, so 1,128. So if you click on that, you can just go through all of the people that inspire me. It's a very, very large list, and I don't have a favorite. Like, it's not really like somebody, like, I don't have somebody that I'm like, this person, you know? Like, I have these people, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot. It's a heckin' lot. So if you're curious to get like some really good inspiration and stuff, click on these people, you know? Like, there's tons of really good stuff in here. But I can't give you like a, oh, this is my favorite artist or whatever, because I like all of these people have like so much to offer in terms of their art. Like, everybody has their own style, their own skill, you know? So just, yeah, check it out. I would say, like, even if you have like a favorite artist, I mean, that when you're learning, you shouldn't just be looking at one artist. You can have like somebody who you always look to that is just like, oh my gosh, like, this person's like, you know, the nuances, their shorthand or whatever it is about what they do might stand out to you as like, oh my gosh, this person is like my favorite artist. Like, I think about them whenever somebody asks me like, oh, what kind of an artist do you like or whatever. Like, I think this is the person that comes to my mind. But when you're studying, when you're learning, you should, oh, hey, thanks, Jillian. When you're studying and learning about things, it's really great to just like look at like a ton of different artists. Don't limit yourself to one or even two or three. Like, look at a lot of different types of art. You'll learn so much from different people's techniques, and it's good to have like an expansive why, like, don't put blinders on, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. All right. I'm hot. Hey Meow, how are you doing? This thing is very far away, yes. It doesn't exist here, no. Okay. I keep forgetting that's part of the same. Wow. Okay. Sure. Oh, that's because half of it isn't actually my hair. I put a whole other head of hair under my hair, so it looks like I have lots of hair. They're called extensions. That's what it is. I just felt like putting them in today because it's fun. Is it poor ventilation, hot weather, or both? No, it's just like, it's been so cold, so I've cranked the heat, and then I forgot to uncrank the heat, and now I'm just complaining. That's why. Alright, see you. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. Alright. So much longer than it was last. Yeah, I know. I love playing around with extensions. I'm gonna dye these. I'm gonna dye these purple actually, and then I'm gonna dye my hair purple again as well, and it'll be a fun time to play Barbie, you know. Shortcut for Z add, Z sub rect. You mean not organic but straight line? What's the shortcut for Z add, Z sub rect? Short. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't wait, sorry, Pepe, can you rephrase what are you asking? Or are you asking something? All right, see you, David. Have a great night. We have an hour left of this stream. Dye them black. No, I'm not going to do black hair. I don't want to do that. I want to go back to purple. I really like purple, but the thing is, like, sometimes I have to take a break from dyeing my hair because when I'm dyeing my hair, you put the dye in the conditioner as well. But the thing is, like, you can't use shampoos, like, you can't use things like Head and Shoulders or anything like that. It has to be color safe. And that's usually not very good for my scalp. And so then I end up, like, feeling really gross after a while, so I have to, like, take a break from it. Or I could just, like, double up on the dye and put, like, an extra amount in my conditioner, in which case then I can use the Head and Shoulders and stuff like that, but then it's just like I have to re-dye my hair. Like, it's just kind of like a mess. So sometimes I just take a break from having it colored because I'm like, no, you know, I don't want to deal right now. Oh yeah, black hair. Oh dude, yo, Lena successfully did that though, and it looks sick. Lena Lazar. I don't know if you know Lena Spud. But she was able to do that, and it looks absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. I think with this we can actually do. Yeah, we can do another one of these right here. Let's do that with the mask pen. Lena, yeah. Oh shoot, seriously, okay, that's awesome, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty sick. Well, I mean, Haz is in here. I always feel weird being like, yo, these people are sick, but they're like in here. Is that the Guts theme? It might be from Berserk. I haven't watched Berserk personally, but people keep saying it's from Berserk. But I just have like a chill step theme playlist on right now. One that I know doesn't get muted by YouTube. Do I want this? No, I don't think I do. I think that's bad. Bad juju. Bad news. Bad news bears. I actually think this guy will want to get him a little bit. Yeah, that's a little bit better. This guy, maybe I'll bring the elbow here like that. Thought you right? Yeah, yeah. I think it is Berserk. What you're trying to ask, is there any command to sculpt a straight geometric line on Z add, Z sub, you know, like shift or something? Sculpt a straight geometric line. Okay, so yes. So, okay, so what you could do Do you mean like making a line on top of something? Hold on, let me save this. Sorry, there's multiple things, like if you're thinking one thing over the other. So I'm gonna take a cube here, make a polymesh. I'm gonna sub D it a few times. All right, so if you have your clay buildup, for example, and then you go into your stroke menu and then you turn on lazy mouse and you turn the lazy radius up a little bit, you can hold it and then you get like this thing right here. If you hold shift and when you release, it will create this sort of like, you know, it'll just go along in that straight line. Same with Damien Standard. If you hold down and then hold shift, boom, it'll be a straight line, right? So you can do that. If you mean like a separate piece of geometry, like you want to like just like make like a separate piece of geometry on top of this that is a straight line, I mean, you could literally always just import a cube, or there's this thing in here called curve quad fill, right? And so if you drag out like so, hold on. So you can drag a straight line right here, hold it, and okay, yeah, it's like snapping to this right now, but you can do the same thing. You'll want to turn off snap, I think, somewhere in here. Curve. Anyways, like, so basically this thing, like, you can create like geometry, basically, like you can draw out whatever shape you want. This is called curve quad fill, so if you wanted like to create like a straight thing on top of that, you could do it that way as well. I should read the manga? Okay, I'll check it. I'll check it. Definitely check it. There's like this long list of stuff that I think I need to do. So hopefully that helps somehow. Yeah, that's what you needed. Awesome. Sick. Thanks. Awesome. Sweet. Sick. Dope. I helped somebody. At least I did that. Now who wants to talk about dogs? Okay. Alright. Let's see. Where's my stroke? What's the best way to make a moth wing? With an alpha, actually. Do you want me to make a moth wing? No, I'm not gonna make a moth wing, but you can watch previous streams of me making bug wings from alphas. You just take an alpha and you make 3D, and then, you know, you can play around with the thickness of it. Oh, I've been neglecting Facebook. I'm so sorry. Food clans is super cool. Oh, cool, sweet, thank you. Appreciate Seba. What, never thought about using Snakehook in that way. I hear that so often, but yeah, I use Snakehook like it's my religion. Berserker super crazy, you probably love them. Oh yeah, sign me up. Oh, get in that, I can't say that on stream, but yes, sign me up for some of that action. I'll check it out for sure. Sounds like it'd be pretty fun watch, or read rather. Or both. Yeah, he's, well, and that's not even his loud bark either. Like, when he's like actually scared, if somebody tries to like come in the house, like if we try to have guests over, which by the way, during this training we can't have, oh, freaking hell, I'm on dogs again. No. Doing membrane things. I keep thinking you're gone, Has. Keep thinking you're gone, and then nope. You hear the dogs come out, you're like, Alright, go finish it, Jackal. No worries, girl. Get your workout. Get your gains. Alright, I wanna make this better. I'm actually curious. Curious. Oh, baby, scared. Scary boy. Woo. Ooh, actually. Kinda here for that. Kinda here for it. No. He's not demanding attention. It's a fear bark. It's because he's anxious. He thinks that there's some, because like he can hear somebody outside. So every time he hears someone outside, he gets scared because he thinks that somebody's coming in. You're working on the other two? Yo, you got 3 monitors. What's that like? What's that like? I'm like freaking playing Tetris over here with my 1 monitor. Like, I'd love to show you how many things are like overlapping everywhere. Like, I don't know. Is this gonna reach? I don't think I can. No, you can't. So it's stuck. Ah, well. I was gonna show you guys. No, nah. I know, right? Like, everybody's like, oh, you're a 3D modeler. Haha, rich. You're streaming. You must be rich. I'm like, you don't get into this field if you think you could be rich, boy. No, sir. A croissant? Oh, I could go for one of those. Buttery goodness. I'm glad that I helped you out, though. That's good. It's great to hear. Good stuff. Sponsored. Your Cintiq was sponsored. You eat 2-minute noodles for dinner sometimes. Ultimate ice. Yo, those 99-cent boxes of white cheese, macaroni and cheese though. That's like President's Choice or like the no-name brand of the grocery store, with some like cut up like on sale hot dog packs. Put some like sriracha in that. Ooh, that is your budget meal right there. Monty's a corgi, and midway through all of the streams, I always have him on. So if you like skip to like the 2-hour mark, usually in a lot of the streams, you can find him. Man, I don't even have a Cintiq. Oh, frig. But yeah, my computer. Oh, I gotta get a new computer too. I need to like figure out like who can sponsor me. Anybody want to let me sell out? Oh man. Yeah, I know, right? It is. When I come back to Twitch properly, I gotta do a cooking stream. Oh, actually though, like I saw this recipe for these freaking pumpkin cakes. And they look like real pumpkins. It's like sculpting meets baking. And I was just like, yo, get me in on that. And it doesn't have anything to do with fondant or anything like nasty like that. It's all strictly like icing and just like carving away the icing. I'm like, get me in on that. Like, so I don't know, maybe. But also, I don't know how the heck I'd get anything into my kitchen. My kitchen's like nasty because I've got like dog stuff is everywhere. Like filled with dogs like Kongs and stuff. Like there's just peanut butter and like kibbles everywhere. Just kibbles. It's like kibble central all over my house because my dog likes to like eat his food, like also not eat it. He like puts it in his mouth and goes, peasant. So I'm like, it's like kibbles everywhere. I want dogs again. I don't know, man. Whatever. Dog talk. Okay, I get it. All right. Sorry, jeez. When you stay at home and you see this thing like for 24 hours, like it kind of becomes a big point of your life, okay? I live from home and this thing is in my life all the time. I'm sorry. It's what I have to talk about. I have dogs. Dogs. 3D chocolate molds of your sculpts or something. Yo, yeah, but like who would do that? Who does that? I know that's a thing, but also like I don't know. I feel like this wouldn't come out as chocolate. It would probably just be nasty. Yeah, I guess you know what, that's true. And you know what, I'm sure it's kind of like obnoxious to hear about too. So I'm sorry. It's like me spazzing about my kid. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I'll be quiet. It puts it in perspective for me. I apologize. I mean, if it really bothers you, though, you could always just mute it and I could keep talking about dogs, though, so it's just... You could do something suited for it. Yeah, true, I could. If I felt like it, you know. Oh, does anybody have it, like, you drink green tea and you get hungry? I think it's because it's, like, a digestive. Green tea makes me hungry. I think maybe my problem is I'm just perpetually hungry. I feel like I'm always hungry. Like, I just could always eat. It's like I don't have a shut-off valve either. Like, when there's food in front of me, like, I could get really full. But I'll just keep going because it's in front of me. I feel like when I'm 60, I'm gonna be like 800 pounds. That's obvious thing. You'll build a huge school to learn sculpting. I'll teach you guys. No. That was funny. Are you kidding me? I feel like it's easier to gain weight when like with things that don't cost a lot of money, because like all of the unhealthy food is the cheap stuff. It's, you know, like eating healthy is, one, it takes a lot of effort, and two, it's like kind of inaccessible because it's so expensive to like buy organic all the time and stuff like that. I just try to do my best with like low sugar intake and stuff like that. Even though sugar's in everything. Conspiracy, the sugar company is out to get us. They're in it with the pharmaceuticals. I'm gonna put on my tinfoil hat. Just like my dog. Okay, now we're back to dog talk. Expensive and challenging and time consuming. Yeah, I find that it's just like, how do you get the motivation to meal prep, like healthy stuff every single like Sunday night or whatever it is? Like, I know that's the way to do it, to like really do it, is to meal prep, but just getting, I don't know, even getting like ideas for it, I find like I'm not super creative when it comes to cooking. Like, I just steal recipes from Pinterest, you know, like. And I'm not about to sit here making like, you know, my favorite recipes Pinterest board or anything like that, so. So I just do my best, but whatever. A noodle canteen would cost you $15, or making it at home would be 50 cents. No, absolutely, it's cheaper. It's cheaper for the noodle stuff, but also it's effort. Find the cheapest meat at the supermarket? Yeah, but like that just really depends on like if you want to risk that or not. It really depends. Like, you know, ground beef, a lot of the time, like, supermarkets, what they do is so the stuff that you see on sale, the stuff that's like at the very front of everything for you to pick up, they usually take like, you know, the old like brown meat, and then they take the new stuff, the red stuff, and then they grind it up together so it doesn't look brown anymore. And then they package it as if it's new. So it's just like, you know. Have you ever had it where you're just kind of confused? You don't understand where you could have like gotten sick from? I feel like sometimes things like that are to blame. Chicken on sale, fried rice. Yo, chicken is okay, yeah. Like, yeah. I can make that last a while. Rice based a lot of things. Like, I base a lot of meals. We base a lot of meals off of like rice. We do this thing with pork chops, like basically just like one pork chop is good for the two people, because like you cut it up into small little bits, and then the rest of it is like pieces of cucumber, some boiled eggs, and like rice, just lots of rice and hoisin sauce and soy sauce. That's a good bowl right there. Eric introduced me to that one, and we've just been like perfecting it and making it awesome, and it's cheap. Yeah, I don't believe that. I mean, I really appreciate that you believe in me so much, Benjamin, but like, yeah. All right, this one is looking like. Do I cook for my dog? No, I'm a horrible person. I don't. I don't. I really don't. No. No. I mean, I've made elaborate meals for him, but it's not like cooking. Like, he likes like green beans, and he can eat like carrots and things like that, so like making those like meal toppers and making it all nice and stuff. Yes, I've done that, but I haven't gone like full Jenna Marbles and like decided I'm gonna do a whole thing and like bake some treats for my dogs, you know? Like, that's not, no. Scrambled eggs! Yo, scrambled eggs are really good. For shiz. For shiz. It is practice, but it's also just like... So I used to do a lot of meal prep when I was like... Well, when I was in college, but then also like the first like year and a half afterwards when I was living in Toronto, because like I really did... like financially, like I had no choice. Like I had to meal prep. Like I was like, I need to meal prep. There's no way I can save money. Because Toronto is just like absurd how much money I was paying every single month just to like breathe. So yeah, I would literally just be making like enough like cheap curry. Like I would make a lot of curry. And I would just live off of curry for like a whole week. And then like, I don't know, I would make like a lot of like stew, and then I would leave like a lot of like liquid based things, like liquidy things, you know, curries and things with like sauces, right? Like it would all be like, a lot of it would be rice based. I would just live off of that. And it was boring. So boring. But I had to. Thanks, Jackal. Appreciate it. Have I caved into dog talk? A little bit. I use 3Ds Max. Do I have a professional opinion on it if I have? I mean, like, I haven't used it enough to give you a proper opinion, but, you know, it's just a tool. Honestly, what I can say is it's the artist that is going to do what they're going to do. It's a tool. It's a tool. It's a tool. 3Ds Max, from what I know, can do what the other programs do. It's just in different ways. Some things are better than others, making certain aspects more efficient than others. But again, it's a tool, right? So if you're a Max user versus you're a Maya user versus a Blender user, whatever it is that you end up doing your like retopology and modeling in, it's a tool, and ultimately what's going to make good art is you, not the tool. It might speed up your process eventually, but the tool is just a tool. You know, what you do with it is up to you. Dude, my dog will eat his greens over his damn kibble. Like, I swear to God. Shame on me, seriously. Shame on me for not cooking for my dog. Oh, brutal. Brutal. Here we go. Here comes the self-righteousness. Here we go. Come on, bring it. Bring it. Tell me how bad of a dog owner I am because I didn't cook a meal for my dog. Come on. Come on, bring it. I'm ready. As if I don't get enough of this. Frig, man. You can make lots of vaporwave aesthetics. Bryce. I have no idea what Bryce is. Maybe that's for the best. I don't know what Bryce is. Haven't had the pleasure. Yeah, I know. He's not even paying rent. The dog should make me dinner sometimes. Monty, get to the kitchen. Actually, no, I'm always telling him to get out of the kitchen. Oh, funny. Yeah, no, Tomb, we actually, so for, on the Blender train, because, I mean, you know what? Why the heck not? Nobody, you guys were so good. You didn't come in like Blender Kool-Aid Man this stream, and I appreciate you. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Blender. Blender's actually getting pretty good. It's getting decent, you know? We just made, the last film that I worked on was Next Gen, and the whole thing was done in Blender. However, the sculpting, as I was one of the two sculptors on the film, we use ZBrush. We both use ZBrush because it's like the sculpting aspect of Blender is actual trash fire garbage, like it's actual nastiness, but the actual like everything else in the program is it's getting there, and we made the film with it, so there's that. But the sculpting, they just honestly they should just drop the sculpting. They should just stop with sculpting. Hey, you want some Blender? Oh man. Yeah, it was all in Blender. All in Blender. Not the sculpting though. I have to keep reiterating that because it's like really the sculpting in that program is like actual trash. Pork. 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 Hey Eggs, do I use any programs for displaying reference images? Yeah, if I'm working with a lot of stuff, then PureRef is pretty good. But for something like this, I'm not using anything. Not on these streams. Like I just kind of like go feet first into it, just have some fun with shapes. Pork. What kind of redesign could make the sculpting worthwhile in theory? You mean this? It really depends on what it's going to be used for. Like, if it's going to be printed, then all of these things would need, well, first of all, it would need a way to stand. I would say that we could probably figure out some kind of like a pick. Like, it would have like something, like this whole thing would have to be thickened. Like, these would have to be much thicker, and we could run a stick through the center right here to keep it upright, like on a base. So if we're talking about like printing, then everything would have to be thicker. And then if we're talking about film, well, it depends, like what kind of things are going to be moving in this, right? So honestly, like this could work for film. I would say that I would just kind of like, you know, shave this kind of stuff down. I would probably work around making everything a little bit cleaner. But when it comes to film, like it really just, it comes down to what the rigger is capable of doing. Because if you have geometry that is deformable, like who freaking cares? Like you can figure it out. It really just depends on the project and what they're capable of doing in the time constraints. Yeah, like it, cause like again, like a lot of things are cheated too, right? Like so when you're working with film, like a rig isn't gonna be 100% perfect. Like a lot of the times, like things can't like things like you can't have intersections in certain areas because of the design, and in that case it'll be cheated. Like something will be cheated, like maybe in the rig they'll be able to turn off the arm and you'll have like a separate arm that actually goes over top of that area, or you have a control for that thing, you know, like, so there's cheating that happens, in quotes cheating. It's not really cheating, it's part of the job, right? But if you have a design that works, it really just comes down to what the animators are capable of animating and what the rigger is capable of doing in that time and their skill level. Because like it's just like if you have proper topology, you have proper topology, right? It's not about that. You can figure out making anything move. I mean, like I was just on a project. I can't say too much about it. Or like even on next gen, again, I can't say too much about it because it's like under NDA, but what I can say is that the riggers were even able to work with like early decimated versions of the sculpts and things like that we were doing just to get ideas. So if they're able to do that, like I heard from a couple of riggers before, like a good rigger can work with any topology. It's like you can make things work, like they can make things work. It just comes down to time and budget and everything like that. And so that's where the big thing is. And obviously communication with your directors and art directors, like what do they want? Like don't start adding in stupid amounts of floaty bits if that's not even necessary, right? Like it just comes down to time. That's really what it is. It's not something that can't work. Everything is like, it really, like, things are possible in 3D. That's why people do things in 3D. Why would you choose to do something in 3D rather than make something, you know, as a practical puppet, right? Why would you do that? Because things in 3D, like, it's easier to do. It's just like, you can do these things, whereas other form, like other medias, it would be more difficult. And that's where it's just I come down to the whole answer. I can really just tell you it comes down to just have good topology and if the rigger is capable of doing that or not in the time frame. You use bent nasty topology to my sculpting benefit, like in the source of the wings. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's sort of like my way of cheating. It's my shorthand, I guess. That's how you can say it. No, so it's not gonna be good, right? Like it's not gonna be good. But you can rig anything. You can rig anything, but it won't be as good as if you had proper topology, right? Like that's the thing. Like just because you have something that's decimated, your program isn't gonna be like, no, sorry, it's decimated, you can't rig it. Of course you can rig it still, but the reason why we don't use decimated models in production is because the deformation isn't very nice. When you have a whole bunch of tiny triangles trying to bend, it doesn't work because they are those tiny triangles. When you have quads, yes, the computer cuts that quad into two triangles, but it's done in a way that you can control, right? Whereas like if you decimated something in an elbow area, maybe you'd have a triangle like this and then a triangle over here, but if you can control that, you can have proper loops, and so the bend is clean. Whereas if you had a triangle, that bend would not be clean because you would have that that one triangle right there, and it would just disappear into the arm or whatever. It wouldn't look like it's bending, right? So that is where I say, yes, you can rig it. Anything is riggable. It really is. But good deformation comes from good topology. So if this thing, for example, if this needed to be in a film and I didn't have like a topology limit or anything like that, I could make it work. It just comes down to the production, right? Like what is your time limit? How much of a restriction on topology do you have? What are the riggers capable of doing / want to do? And all of that comes into play of whether something is workable or not. Not necessarily like a universal, oh, this thing has tiny little like, you know, tiny little skinny bits or whatever, so we can't rig that. That is not true, because that everything is riggable. Literally everything is riggable. It just comes down to what kind of time you have to put into that, if that makes sense. Yeah? I hope that was a good answer. Yeah? Oh, what kind of changes Blender's sculpt design? Can they just, I don't know, I can't comment on that. Like, I just don't like it. ZBrush is 1,000 times better. Oh my gosh, Benjamin. I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate your, I appreciate your enthusiasm in me. Nope, no coffee tonight. No coffee tonight, Seba. Just in a good mood. It's amazing what a good mood can do for somebody, honestly. Like, if you're in the dumps a lot, it's just, yeah, you can, you can read me. Like, I have my emotions on my sleeve. Like, if I am not in a good mood, you can tell. And I feel like that's not fair when I start streaming when I'm in a bad mood. But it's just like, it's something like I can't help. It's just me, you know, like I try anyways. I try to snap out of it, but like, yeah. Yeah. Hi, I'm Mr. Blender. I'm offended. Well, Mr. Blender, you offend me, so... Mr. Blender. Jeez. I have nothing against Blender other than, like, you know, it's horrible sculpting part of it that can all just, like, die in a fire. Did Max actually try to add real-time sculpting? Yeah, no, see, that's BS. Honestly, the reason why ZBrush works, guys, is because it's a 2.5D program. Like, it's not the same as working in something like Maya or Max. Now, I don't know the exact specifics tech-wise, and I can't explain that to you, but I can tell you ZBrush is much friendlier at, working with high-res stuff than like a traditional 3D package is, right? Because they're displaying like real 3D. This is technically not real 3D. It's a 2.5D program, so it's like, it's a little bit, it does make a big difference in terms of like if I had this is 1.8 mil. I have 16 gigs of RAM on my computer, and my video card is a 780 Ti. If I were to bring something that is 1.8 mil polygons into Maya or Max or Blender, would I be able to do this and like create seizures? No, I wouldn't. I would not. I would probably be able to do this and then wait 2 minutes loading that thing loading it, you know? So that's the difference. That is the big difference. And I don't think anything is coming close to ZBrush's sculpting potential, right? And I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe in the program, obviously, but I'm just telling you right now that like Blender sculpting is like poo-poo. It's poo-poo. It's just poo-poo. But everything else in Blender I don't have a problem with. Alright, see you, Reaper. Have a good night. We're only on here for another 20 minutes anyways. Express my emotions. I express. Oh my god, Link. Oh jeez, yeah. Freaking hell. Hello, how are you doing? Can't read what your name is. I don't know if you have an English translation of your name that I can refer to you as. Alright, let's see. What else do we want to do to this guy? God, I feel like every single time I come onto the stream, there's like some part of me that's just like, oh, I feel like I have to rant. And you know what? I figured out the reason. Like, I am not sneezing. I'm not like allergic to streaming tonight. And I think I know why. It's because, okay, so Monty is afraid of the vacuum. So every time, like, I can only vacuum like maybe like once a week. When we take him, like, my boyfriend takes him on like a walk, and then I'm able to like just like vacuum. But I think it's because of that. Like, there's just so much Monty hair everywhere. Well, the thing is it's a free program, right? So you have free users, and free means accessible to everyone, right? And so a stereotype will be created because it's accessible to everyone. It's not everyone that takes it super serious, but because it is a free program, you get an overwhelming number of like I guess like inexperience, right? So inexperience pools, and so then the program gets known for inexperienced users, right? But that doesn't mean that the program itself is bad. It's just there's a larger number of people using it that haven't had experience with other programs or a lot of experience in the field in general, and because of that, then they will continue to talk about it as if it is like a godsend or whatever, because it is what they've experienced, right? So yeah, you do have a lot of like, you know, Blender witnesses basically like coming over and knocking on your door being like, have you heard of the good word? And it's just like, all right, chill, you know, like try this and this, and then like, you know. But it is because it's a free program, and I can understand why people are very like gung-ho about it, but it needs to be a little bit like relaxed. Like, it can be a bit much. Did I start this stream with a simple shape? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Good morning, Kareem. How are you? Ah, Shane! There's the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that I've been talking about. Guys, if you don't know Shane, of course you know Shane, but if you don't know Shane, go and follow Shane. He's got, let's see how many times I can say Shane. Maybe Shane will start sounding weird eventually. Shane. Go and follow Shane Olsen. He, has a great way of handling primary and secondary and then tertiary details. He like breaks it down into the most simple primal way possible, easiest to understand. He's not a spaz like I am. He is like professional and stuff. Like, I'm like a lot. I know that. And if you want somebody that's like level-headed and nice and great at what he does, go and follow Shane. Okay, great. There. Ow! It was my funny bone. Ow! Ah! Why do they call it the funny bone? Is it because it hurts so bad you laugh? Like, I don't... Only vacuuming like once a month. I have to. No, dude, this dog produces 3 dogs every single week from how much it sheds. It's insane. I've never had a dog that sheds as much as a freaking corgi does. It's insane. It's literally insane. Literally insane, dude. Oh, I don't want to end up in hell, Benjamin. That's bad. Bad news. No, I'm expressing myself. Yeah, Shane is on here on Mondays. Make your it'll brighten up your Mondays for sure. For jizzles. The humorous. Why did I never understand that before? Okay. Okay, hi, yeah, I know anatomy. I don't know. Things just don't click with me for a while. Like, nothing clicks with me until somebody, like, smacks me over the head and it's just like, how did you not know this? Like, I might not be smart, but at least I'm self-aware. I think at least I have that going for me. $11 p.m. PDT. That's when you're live. 11 p.m. PD. Wait, but are you all the way out there though? Because okay, I guess you're not EDT or EST. $11 a.m. Oh my gosh, I was just like, geez, you start at 11 p.m. Like, what the heck? You're gonna go after this stream? That's okay. We're done in 15 minutes, so if you need to peace out, it's all good. It's all cool. It's all Gucci. You're a dummy? No, I'm a dummy. I think, like, you know what? We specialize in art. Everything else is secondary. So if we mess up, we can be like, sorry, I'm an artist. You know, just play the dumb blonde, you know? Sorry about that stereotypes. You know, blonde people are not dumb. It's just a stereotype, but, like, I say it sometimes, and it's stupid. The dumb brunette. Like, does it mean that you would be on at 8 a.m. for the East Coast? Yeah, I think that's what that is. What? No, 11 a.m. PDT would be 2 p.m. 2 p.m. EST. Here it's night and you're on a Halloween character of yourself. That's sick, Pepe. Yeah, no, I know why. I know. I don't know why that never clicked with me that the funny bone is called a funny bone because it's the humorous. Like, I should know this because I've been doing anatomy for so long, but then at the same time, like, my brain is just... Yeah, TS streams really late. I am lucky if I catch his stuff. I always love catching his streams though. It ends up getting like so trolly. It's a lot of fun. Do I want to do that? Is that gonna muddy? Are we muddying? Are we muddying? Ooh. Ooh, okay, what's going on here? What's happening? Do we like this? Do we like this? I think we like that. I think we do. Do we? Do we like that? Or is that too samey? Like this. Yes. Whee! Yes, my whole life is a happy accident. Thank goodness I was born. I have my life is a blonde moment. Stillman, please. Yeah. We have 10 more minutes. 3D model, yeah, okay, no worries. Doing a cinema school and you'll be a director. We'll work together on a big productions with big team that you're already filled up. Alright, Benjamin. I'll be the chef of special effects. I'll be the chef. So I'm gonna cook up some good VFX. I know, right? Thank goodness for happy accidents. I'm so happy to be alive. Alright, and what I'm gonna do with that is crash ZBrush. Maybe, we'll see. Because it's inverted geo. We might have to leave it like that right now. I don't have... no, it worked. It worked out really good. Really nice. Really nice. And wow, what do you know? I don't even have to sculpt any skin folds because the stretch geo does it for me. To all the people who are like, yo, but like that stuff's like stretched and like I don't understand. Like you can't get rid of it. It's stretched. Oh my god, it's stretched. Like yeah, but that's the point. That's what I'm doing. That's literally what I'm doing. It's not stretched, then what am I doing? But it's stretched. How do you even... Yeah, it's stretched. Yo, did my thing cut off on Facebook? Are we done on Facebook? We might be done on Facebook. Weird. We're not done though, we still have 8 more minutes and then we're done. Bob Ross is proud of me. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Alright, let's see. What else can we do here? What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? I feel like we need... I guess we don't really need side elements. We just leave it as is. Okay, this stuff though. Make sure that this is following a nice curve. Oh man, I really gotta get back into the Inktober stuff. Like, I'm literally, like, I stopped on day 6. I'm the worst. Is anybody keeping up with the Inktober stuff? Like, is anybody, like, successfully, like, keeping up every single day? Facebook's having troubles. Yeah, I know. I don't really know what the heck. Oh, well. Oh my god, Becky, look at that drawing. It's so stretched. It's so stretched. How can you do that? Oh my goodness. Okay. So, I'm gonna handle that. Come on. Go. Ooh. No. No, definitely not what I was looking for. Alright. Let's just do it this way. Freak! No. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, sorry. Reset current brush. There we go. If you're ever having like brush problems and you don't know why your brush is acting the way it's acting, just go into the brush menu and then scroll all the way to the bottom and reset current brush, and then you're good. Hey, Sev, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Now you can relax and watch, but we've only got like 4 more minutes. This part of the spirit of Inktober is falling off the wagon and scrambling to get a few at the very end, right? Yeah. Red wax member. Ew, no, that wouldn't be mine. Get that nastiness out of this house. We don't say that word in this house. No. No. The last Inktober that I did, last one that I did was this one. Ooh, that's like super shiny and weird. Ooh, yeah, you probably can't even see that. Oh, there we go. There. Because it's got gold leaf all over it, that's why. I want to draw more, but I should get back to drawing more. NaNoWriMo? What's that? 1080p only. Get out. Leave. Oh my goodness. Ooh, shouldn't have done that. Here we go. Save this. Alright, I'll set this guy up for which one should I select? It's the least. Yeah, I guess that. No, I'll do the head. Yeah, there we go. Do side right here and I guess the back. Does that fit on the screen? It does! Yay! There we go. There he is. Alright, let me bring up my infos just in case you guys are interested in seeing more stuff and things or whatever. Here we go. Here it is. Yeah! Alright. Okay. Nothing will stop us. Oh, Benjamin. You got this, Benjamin. I believe in you, but I don't know so much about me. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, I went on dog tangents a lot, but I hope that that's okay. I was also very, very sweaty the entire time. Please, if you haven't, give Pixelogic a follow. You'll be able to see awesome people like Shane, who was in the chat tonight, and Brendan, who was in the chat tonight. And also, for all the other people who stopped by that I think that you should follow, definitely go and check out Hazardous Arts and Lana Lazar, and also check out Tomb Arts as well. I don't know if he streams or not, but his art is sick. So those are all those people you should check out and give follows to and stuff and things. If you're interested in me, all my info's on the stream screen right now. On the stream screen. Oh my goodness, my tongue cannot handle that. It just can't handle it. It can't. But yeah, go and follow those things over there. Right over there. Go and check it out. I will be posting, as I normally do, like a really quick render thing on my Instagram of this guy, like some close-ups or whatever. I mean, not that it really matters, it's like super sketchy, but like I usually do that after the stream anyways, just to be like, hey, here we go, this is what I did on the stream. So that'll be up there if you're curious. Follow the Instagram and follow Pixelogic wherever you are, on Facebook, on Twitch, on YouTube. Follow and you'll be able to catch more streams like this as well. All right, yeah, it's been a while for sure. It's been like a long time. I mean, like I've been lurking around on all your social media posts like a creeper, but you know, past that, like, yeah, it's been a while. All right, okay. Yeah, so I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you guys. Wait, am I streaming next week? I think I am. Yes, I'm streaming on the 24th, and then I'll be on break for a week, and then I'll be back again. So wait, let's see who's gonna be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow, Oscar is on at 8 p.m. PDT, so check out Oscar. He usually does like a Spanish stream, but he also speaks English as well. If you have questions for him, check him out. All right, and I will see you guys. I'll see you guys later. Awkward sign out is awkward. Yes, it is. Goodbye.